wonderful music of many different sorts. I'll play some easy jazz and swing, some light classical music, and lots of songs from the great musicals of stage and screen. Why not tune in for Moonlight Serenade here on Radio Eastern 98.1 every Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m.
Sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. It sounds like you need medical assistance and urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So, come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you won't have to wait. They have Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
Never fear, because the team at TMV Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. TMV Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
Every club expects high performance from their team. At Ferntree Gully Holden, you'll find the latest high performance vehicles in the HSV range, and the team will give you the best possible deal. So if you're looking for a high performance HSV, look no further than Ferntree Gully Holden, Burwood Highway, Ferntree Gully, for a great deal, or visit www.ftgmotor.com.au. Ferntree Gully Holden, your community dealer. LMCT 443, a proud supporter of the Eastern Football League and Radio Eastern.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, let's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze Tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor.
On EFL Saturday, it's time for the match of the round. Let's cross to our team and go local for your footy.
Welcome out to Mooroolbark Heights Reserve. Looking forward to an absolutely cracking game. My name is Dyson Baker here on EFL Game Day. Thanks to Powerade Isotonic, it all adds up. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to this one. In the special comments chair is Jeff Manolitza. This one should be an absolutely cracking game.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dyson. It's going to be a great game here today. As we said, conditions are probably suiting Mooroolbark more so than Montrose. If it was a nice sunny day on a dry ground, you'd probably go Montrose. But this brings them right back together, I reckon, and it's going to be a tough one.
As we've said, the conditions aren't too flash. Few boggy patches right around the ground, especially in that centre circle and right out to the wing just in front of us. And then almost there's only sort of flanks that are really covered in grass at the moment. Everything else is pretty much mud. But I've seen a few cars get bogged, and it's interesting to see. It's been a couple of years since we've seen cars getting bogged, and you know that smell of mud that you get when you walk into a football ground. It's been a while, but we've finally got it, and it's good to have muddy footy back.
I was going to say, it's fantastic to see, isn't it? You don't see it very often these days, but this is true local footy here today.
I did actually see a car trying to get out of the car park just halfway through the reserves game and ended up just spinning tyres for a while, but it's great to see, as we said, wet weather football. This one should be a cracker. For mine, as I said on EFL TV on Thursday morning, this is a toss-up between two forward lines at the moment. Big Talevski and Schilling, or Little Schilling as we like to call him at the moment. I reckon the battle's going to be won in either forward line, especially in the Montrose forward line. I think it all comes down to matchups in the Montrose forward line. They're so versatile, whereas Mooroolbark are almost Talevski conscious. So I think that's where it's going to be won and lost, and I think Montrose are going to get on top.
But as we're saying, with the conditions today, it's not really that ideal for big forwards either. Yeah. So it's a matter of who's going to step up the smaller forwards for each team as well. And I guess you've got like Barney Edwards for Montrose, perfect example of somebody that can kick goals and a low to the ground player. And so I think he's going to have a really good day today.
And introducing our commentator for this afternoon, just waltzes in at 2 into the commentary caravan, I should say. Very good afternoon to Ben Warren-Smith.
Good afternoon, Dyson Baker and Jeff Manalitza and all our Eastern Football League lovers. Great contest we're set for here today. I have been in the ground for quite some time, but I've been listening to you boys and I've been talking to a few people inside the function. Just revving himself up. We've actually... The black armband you'll see worn by the Mooroolbark Football Club today is in memory of Russell Aitken. Rusty. He's an under-15s parent and father of Jai, and his son's played interleague games for the EFL this year. And unfortunately, Russell was killed in Papua New Guinea in the helicopter crash that people may have heard about. The recovery was yesterday. The whole club all weekend, juniors through to vets tomorrow afternoon, will be wearing black armbands in the memory of Rusty. So Mooroolbark is behind the family, and let's hope that they can get a win today.
Yeah, always hopeful to get a win for black armbands, especially. And our stats man, thanks to Choose Tap, Will Taylor. Good afternoon to you.
Very good afternoon, Dyson. Can't wait for this game, and hopefully it's a very close game between these two sides.
All set for a start. Remember, you can text us on 0419 654 082. Here we go. Mooroolbark taking on Montrose, the top three clash that we've been looking forward to for a couple of weeks. Ball's bounced in the centre of the ground. Chance now for Mooroolbark to go forward for the first time in this game. Just slowly trying to work each other out in the first 20 seconds or so. And now a chance for Mooroolbark to clear on the outer side. Good work from Wiley to pick up, and now he gets the clearing handball away. Chance for Mooroolbark first time forward this afternoon. Good punch came across the side of the ground from right for Montrose. And out of bounds, right in front of the scoreboard, which I actually haven't seen until this afternoon. It's been up there for a couple of years now, but this is the first time I've been up to Heights Reserve. But that new scoreboard looking absolutely fantastic. On the outer side, good work front position on that occasion was Haining. Couldn't quite get the ball down to a teammate though. Still a chance for Mooroolbark, very open forward line. Two in front, kick came up to the top of the goal square. Looks like it's gone through, and what a goal from Mark Martin. What a fantastic play. Mooroolbark get there first on the board, on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and a contender for the Powerade goal of the day. 1 minute gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's Mooroolbark 1 straight 6. Montrose yet to score.
Yeah, fantastic start here by Mooroolbark. That's just what they wanted, a nice quick goal, especially when they struggled last time to kick their first goal against to Montrose. Very interesting. Gardell's got Talevski here as well, and they're having a bit of a push and shove in the goal square at the moment, so that should be a great contest.
Let's cross down boundary side for the first time this afternoon to Daniel Sensic and Braden Ingram. No one's got a microphone down there. Unbelievable. Let's have the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Montrose are going to surge forward this time. It's Mark Watson, kicks it inside 50, looking for the Schilling direction. Got down low. He couldn't trap the ball. Feeds it out. Montrose just working the ball forward. It is a bit of a bog of a ground this afternoon, so it's wet weather football. Kick around the body by Luke Armstrong. Went up towards the middle of the ground, looking for Matty Polkinghorn. Can he trap the ball? Right on his hammer is Drew Stockton. Ball hits the deck. The umpire's going to come in and cross themselves. So a good start by Mooroolbark. We've only gone 2 minutes here in the first term. It's 1 straight 6 to yet to score. So the umpire to throw it up now. Haining got that knocked down. It's right near the boundary line there. Polkinghorn's down. So too is Stephen. Just flicked it over the top of his head. In there is Goodman. He's going to cross it towards the boundary line. Flicked out to Sam Rickard. Bangs it inside 50. Schilling's got the back spot. He got crunched in a tackle over the back. Trent Giorgio. What's he going to do? He's going to paddle it towards the boundary line and the safety of it. Adam Cook right on his hammer. Boundary throw in. Right forward pocket. Montrose is in. They trail by 1 goal. We've gone 3 minutes in the first term.
So a good start from both these sides, as we said, just working each other out a little bit. Ball thrown in. Good chance here for Montrose to score. Tapped down and a plethora of Mustangs charge towards the ball. Unfortunately, kick was smothered. Chance now going forward for Weatherly. He picks up, just handballs back, finds a teammate in Rickard, who sets long and puts it straight through the middle. Montrose get the quick reply 3 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Montrose 1 straight 6, Mooroolbark 1 straight 6, and a much needed goal. Jeff Manolitza.
Yeah, fantastic play there by Montrose, just dishing it off by hand, a series of handballs, and you can't really give Sam Rickard that much space around the goals because he's going to kick it every time. He's a great finisher, Rickard.
So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. As we mentioned, it is heavy underfoot, but it's two quality sides we're seeing out here today and expect it to be pretty high scoring. We've seen Mooroolbark over the past couple of home games kick 15 goals and so expect it to still be high scoring. The ball's back in the middle of the ground. It was a good knockdown that time by Costigan. Charging in, look at the splash in there going in Harbour's Luke Armstrong is on the bottom. Flicked out now. They've got time. And Nand for Montrose kicks it out to the far side of the ground. Just wanted the space. Who's going to be out there? Beninga on hands and knees. Had support there by Sam Goodman. Snaps around the body now on the left foot. The umpire's going to pay a free kick here. Did you see what happened there, Jeff?
I think it was a foot push in the back.
So it'll be a free kick to Montrose. Just slowly getting up is James Charge. So he'll have a kick from about half back, out of side of the ground. Not James Charge, it's Roberts. So he had Matty Langdon in the middle. Just taking his time. He's going to kick it up long now to the half-forward line. Target that time was Garthwaite. Ball hits the deck. First to meet it was Garrity. He's going to receive a free kick too. Looked a little bit soft, but Garrity. Awkward kicking style towards the Schilling direction. He waited at the back of the pack, and the umpire's paid a push here. It's going to be a Mooroolbark free kick, and they'll look to clear from half-back.
Looks like Charge on half-back for Mooroolbark. Just goes straight up, ugly kick and turns it straight over. Montrose to go straight back inside forward 50 once again. Plenty of time here as they slowly work it out. Garthwaite, good handball, finds a teammate, manages to get it off to Watson, who has a snapshot on goal and a Powerade goal of the day contender. Fantastic work on that occasion, and Montrose take their score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 2 straight 12. Mooroolbark 1 straight 6. 5.5 minutes gone first term.
Fantastic play there, using his pace as well, just getting past, shrugging the tackle, and on the outside of the boot, a fantastic finish as well. And it just shows that we've got two quality teams here. The disposal is fantastic early.
Good couple of minutes by the Montrose Football Club. They found themselves in front. Ball comes back into the middle of the ground. Game gets more exciting when Dyson Baker calls the game. He's called every goal so far.
That's how we like
Costigan versus Haining. Costigan got the knockdown, but it went straight into the arms of Jai Goodman, who just banged it on the boot up towards half forward. Flying for a mark that time, I think, was Rickard. Ball hits the deck. Mooroolbark are going to clear it. Heads out towards the Giorgio direction. He's right near that outer side boundary line. They're going backwards to go forwards. Gale got crunched in a tackle. By's going to say ball it in. So it's pretty feisty. It's a big affair when these two sides meet each other, Jeff. And the game's still free-flowing early on. There's no rough stuff yet.
Yeah, certainly. And long kick, I think, is the order of the day today.
Ball hits the deck. Plenty of players around this one. It might be a high tackle. The umpire's going to give a free kick to Montrose. Dean Stephen wanting to run away with it. So the kick goes inside 50. Linford, he was all alone. Just filled the hole nicely. Took a mark across half back. So Mooroolbark will look to come to the near side of the ground. They haven't used much of it this quarter so far. It was a good kick. James McManus takes it on centre wing, swings around on the left boot, goes up towards the Roach direction, got one hand on it over the back of the pack there and completely crunched. Good tackle, Michael Smith. It's not going to be rewarded though, and just when we said it wasn't feisty, it just starts to get a little across the half forward line from Mooroolbark. Haining went up unattended. Kick inside 50 by Ben Mullett. It was a bit of a scrap up towards the Roach direction. He was almost held without it. The umpire's going to pay it too, so Sean Roach had the front spot. So he'll have a shot from goal about 45 metres out.
Look at Stephen drops right back in front of Zalewski straight after that free kick was paid.
Yeah, and as we said, the order of the day is just long kick into the forward line, and the umpires are going to pay quite a few frees today with the ball being in close.
Yeah.
I don't think he's too confident, Sean Roach, but he's been told to have a shot by his teammates now. Comes in, 50 metres out, goes pretty close to the top of the goal square. Is it going to go in? Haney got a fist on it. Trying to claim the mark was Teleski. He was wrapped up in a tackle by Roberts. The umpire's going to bounce it about 5 metres out from goal.
It's worth a try, but it was touched by about 6 people before he got it.
So the umpire Throws it up now in the goal square. Ball hits the deck. It doesn't bounce either because it just hits the mud. Hands and knees. Goodman's in there. No clear possession. Paddle towards the boundary line and even through the point. So rush behind is the result. The first minor score of the afternoon. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Mooroolbark moved to 117. They're trailing by 5 points. Montrose are 2 straight.
So just waiting for the ball to be returned back in. It'll be Beninga to kick in. Goes out to the outer side. Under a lot of pressure, 3-on-1, and Mooroolbark win out on this occasion. They've got a chance to go back inside forward 50. They've snapped a goal. Fantastic work from the Mustangs on the turnover, and they get the quick reply once again, and just showing a little bit out of the Mustangs at the moment. But on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it is 2-1-13 Mooroolbark, 2 straight 12 Montrose, and at the 9-minute mark of the first term, what a fantastic goal, Jeff Manolitza.
Yeah, good forward line pressure as well. Really put the pressure on that kick out, caused the turnover, and a very good finish. Got a good game here, boys.
We knew we were going to. Got 10 minutes gone in the first term. Today's broadcast brought to you by Powerade. It all adds up. Ball back in the middle of the ground. Haining went for a fresh air shot. It came down to Polkinghorn. He was quickly tackled. Right still in that middle of the part of the ground. I think Rickard's given away a free kick. It's going to go to the way of the Mustangs. Luke Armstrong in the middle of the ground. The man who kicked the last goal goes inside 50 looking for Talevsky. The ball falls short. The mark's been taken across half back. Kick to Stephen. He elects to go long. That was a good shoe too. So the ball up in the arms of Goodman. I think it's across the half forward line. Goes inside 50 now. Went to the direction of Roberts. Ball hits the deck. Who's going to be around it? Nicely trapped there by Gale just to hold it in. We'll have a bounce. About 35 metres out from goal, Montrose's end. It's 1 point the difference. The home side hold the lead. They kick the first goal. Montrose kick the second two. They kick up towards the top of the goal square now. Schilling, he's a 2-on-1 situation. Got out-muscled that time. The ball hits the deck. Snap around the body. That was good play by Mark Watson. Can it go through? He pushes it to the right-hand side. A little bit too far, in fact, and it goes out of bounds on the full. No score is the result. It's 1 point in the difference here. 10.5 minutes gone first term.
And we've already seen the danger today of the midfield of Montrose with Watson and Rickard in particular really dominating around those packs.
We said that small men were going to be the difference this afternoon. It's handy to have both those guys on your score sheet early.
Definitely.
Kick came up towards centre half forward, and Mooroolbark a chance to run away up towards the Roach direction. He's going to trail to the ball, and a good mark taken out in front was Matt Wright on half back for Montrose. Just slows play up, summing up his options. Running through the middle of the ground is Edwards. Decides to go further out to the outer side from him. Up towards centre wing. Good mark taken at the back of the pack on that occasion was Garthwaite. They quickly move on through hands, off to Watson. Inside forward 50, Schilling direction. He's going to be undermanned, but he's tapped it down to ground. A chance now for Mooroolbark to take it away, though. Free kick's been paid. It will go the way of the Mustangs. Advantage called, and they're away. So a chance to move out. And the kick on that occasion found Mullet. Mullet on centre wing, commentary side. Up towards Roach. Once again, they've gone to him. He can't take a mark on this occasion.
Good
Picking
pick
up
up
through the bottom of the pack was Polkinghorn. He was tackled when he got it. Tapping it forward on that occasion, Martin. Up towards full forward. Still a chance. Talevsky just picked it up. Right place, right time. And puts a 3-for-1 behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. So pretty much first touch on the play for the big kid. And he is he's taking his side to 2-2-14. Montrose 2 straight 12 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Just questioning that forward line at the moment. You've got the two big boys in Roach and Talevsky up forward. You think in the conditions today maybe they need a smaller forward up there?
Let's go to Will Taylor thanks to Choose Tap match stats.
The inside 50s at the moment. Montrose 7-2, Mooroolbark 4, and the hit-outs 8-3 in favour of Mooroolbark.
The kick came in from Beninga, but it went nowhere. Wiley picked it up. He was quickly tackled. He gained about a valuable 10 metres. Ball still alive. Beninga was tackled. Wiley, it's just a 2-on-2 situation. Kicking to the top of the goal square. Well fisted away that time by Wright. Ball still a hot footy. It's rushed through for a behind. So Mooroolbark are peppering the goals here at the 13-minute mark in the first term. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the game shows 2 goals, 3-15. Mooroolbark. It's a 3-point lead now. Montrose 2 straight.
I almost play Roach up past centre half forward as a link player, because I mean there's not a lot of space out here once that mud starts coming into play. As Montrose try to clear off half back, it's going to be cut off on this occasion. Good work on the back of the pack though to keep it in play was Edwards, but a free kick's going to go the way of the Mustangs. And it looks like it'll be Cam Linford. Right in the middle of Mooroolbark Heights Reserve. Kicks in towards Talevski. Had two to beat and did. And Talevski can line up to kick his first of the afternoon. Some choose tap match stats thanks to Will Taylor.
Yeah, the mark's now inside forward 50. That was their first mark inside forward 50. Points off turnovers at the moment, 7-6.
So the big kid lining up for goal number 58 for the season. Solid mark at the 13-minute mark of this first term.
This isn't going to weird, guys. I'm just playing.
You're listening to EFL Game Day. Thanks to Powerade, it all adds up. Make sure you head down and get your Powerade Isotonic. So Talevski, for Mooroolbark's third, puts it on its way and sets it across to the right-hand side, through for one behind. So the fifth behind of the day for Mooroolbark, the fourth I should say, 2-4-16 Mooroolbark, 2 straight 12 Montrose.
Let's cross down boundary side for the first time this afternoon to Daniel Sensick and Braden Ingram. How you going down there, Braden?
Yeah, good, thanks, BWS. Had a couple of technical issues, but good to see we're back and going here, and I'll get back with you to the conditions in just a second.
So the ball's been kicked in. We're going to have a ball up, so back down to you guys.
Thanks, BWS. Yeah, look, clouds threatening, looking could get quite damp later in the afternoon. We've certainly got predicted showers and a possible hail as well, and going to be an interesting afternoon.
So the ball's thrown up. Roach fisted it over to the back of his head. Armstrong went in hard. In there too is Watson for Montrose. They're trying to get the ball out. About 15 players or so form around this ball. Goodman, kick was half smothered, came up to Smith for Mooroolbark, tried to grub her a kick.
Boundary.
Oh, this is good play, good pressure by both sides just to keep the ball in, no one giving an inch. Let's cross down boundary side to Daniel Sensick.
Thanks very much, BWS. The wind favouring the Mooroolbark end at the moment, so very interesting there. And very muddy ground at the moment, so they want to help the rain holds off.
And how big is that breeze?
Oh, look, do a couple of goal breeze if you want to measure it like that.
Well, that's how we measure the breeze. That's how people judge it on. The ball's inside 50 or thereabouts now for Montrose. Goes up towards the Haining direction. Ball hits a deck. Well done that time by Trent Giorgio just to clear the ball for the Mustangs. Gained about 60 metres too as the ball grubbered along the boundary line. His intention was for Mark Martin. Ball boundary line beats the players over the boundary line out of bounds, Jeff.
So we're talking about the forward line of Mooroolbark having the two key forwards, but down the and also Cook, Giorgio's on him.
So ball thrown in, good chance for Mooroolbark to clear it away. Got around about 3 on that occasion was Linford, but kicked it out of bounds on the full. And a chance now for Montrose. Off half back, just waiting for the ball to be returned. 16 minutes gone, first term here on AFL Game Day, thanks to Powerade. Just slowing up play, Montrose. The goal here would be handy, as we said, as we heard from Daniel Sensick, against the run of play. Up towards half forward, nothing presenting. And on centre wing, we'll have it balled up. We'll have another ball up. Just interesting to see how these matchups are playing up and just how they line up when the ball is right in the centre of the ground. Mooroolbark try and clear it away. Linford will be the man where the handball goes. He can't quite get to it. He was well held on that occasion. Definitely well held by Ann, and unlucky not to get a free kick, but Montrose now have a chance to clear it out. But Linford once again picks up. He's been fantastic so far in the first 20 minutes or so. Inside forward 50, Talevski was beaten on that occasion by Gardall. Still a chance for Montrose to clear away. Unlucky on that occasion. Talevski picks up, handballs it off once again. Chance now for Wiley, comes in and puts it on the boot. And Alistair Wiley has his first, and a very handy goal for the Mustangs. They move on to 3-4-22. Montrose 2 straight 12 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 17 minutes gone first term.
And Talevski, he doesn't get a goal on the scoreboard there for that one, but to be honest, that goal was his. Good work in the contest, brought the ball to ground, and then the second and third efforts by Talevski to dish the ball out and to set up Wiley for a beautiful kick for goal. So well done on Talevski there.
Ball's coming, making its way back into the middle of the ground. Wiley goes off for Mooroolbark. Scotty Demetrio comes on, moves up towards the half-forward line. Ball in the middle of the ground now. Haining jumped early but won the tap out. They're going to get the clearance. Wilbur Montrose as they kick the ball up to the half-forward line. Who's going to be first to meet it? That was okay by Smith. He got a high tackle. The umpire's going to pay advantage over to Shivers now. He has time across centre wing. Kicks it up and straightens it up towards the Roach direction. It went straight through his arms at the back of the pack at ground level. Martin trying to hold it in. Good play that time by Anand. Got the teammate in support. Kick up towards the wing position. Scott had front spot. He was spoiled. Oh, it's tough conditions out here this afternoon. That was more or less a throw, and they're screaming for it as well. Good handball over the top fan Tippett. He lost his feet. Got a little handball away there, crunching everyone. Tippett again got a handball across, looking for Johnson. He went in hard. Ball hits the deck. Slide. It's a slip slide affair out here today. And we're going to have a bounce right here on centre wing.
Shows the importance of clean possession, doesn't it?
Oh, exactly right. And tough footy. You can just hear those tackles on the special effects mark. Fantastic.
Oh, it's desperation today. Ford went up in the ruck. He got the tap down and it went straight into the arms of Stephen, who banged it inside forward 50. Mooroolbark have the numbers. It's 2-on-1. Schilling put his body on the line. Giorgio's going to go for the safety of the boundary line. Ball stays in. Stephen centred it now. Kick up towards the half-forward line. It's going to come out towards the Scott direction if he can get the handball out. No. Good tackle there by Ben Mullett to hold the ball in about 45 metres out from goal. It's Montrose's end. They'll be looking for the next one. 3-4-22 plays at 2 straight 12. 19 minutes gone here. EFL Game Day brought to you by Powerade Isotonic. It's the Mustangs that are going to get the clearance here. The kick's going up towards the wing position, and the intention was Newman, but the kick was an absolute scrapper out of bounds on the full, and Montrose will be looking to rebound. So the kick there by Watson. It was smart enough. The umpire will let that one go. It was a spoil by Dimitro. Put his body on the line and then created the play because Mooroolbark curl away across the half-forward line now. Through charge. Bangs the ball inside 50, looking for the Talevsi direction over the back of his head. Running onto it is Martin. Is he going to get the support? He is. Oh, that was nearly a high tackle. Balls rushed through for one behind. That was a good bit of play after a couple of stagnant minutes. Jeff Manalitza. The ball went very quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably the bad move there to pick that ball up. Should probably socket it.
So, good work from Montrose. They've found it to half-forward, to the centre wing. Rickard's picked it up, centre wing. Kicks up towards Schilling, been given way too much space, but coming through and cutting it off on that occasion was Alex Wadsworth, and sees it right out in front of the 9 News banner out on the outer side at centre half-forward for Montrose. They're just waiting for the ball to be coming back in. As we said, just ticked over time on. It is an 11-point lead to the home side, the Mustangs. You're listening to EFL Game Day. Thanks for Powerade Isotonic. Mooroolbark get the clearance up towards centre wing. Demetriou gives the handball over. Running play on that occasion was Smith. In towards forward 50, looking for his option. Coming on and trying to cut it across was Martin. Couldn't take the mark, and still a chance for Mooroolbark. Martin will be first to it. Couldn't quite take the mark. Off the bottom of the pack was Roberts. And Montrose to clear away once again. And plenty of numbers in front of the play if they can move it reasonably quickly. Just trying to sum up options of cross half back. Another goal to the Demons would be handy here. Centre wing. Kick was average though, and it found James Charge, I should say.
He was really in two minds then with that kick.
And you could tell it didn't go anywhere near a teammate, and that one's gone straight to a teammate. Tim Costigan for Mooroolbark is marked on centre wing commentary side. Just summing up his options, decides to go long inside forward 50. Talevski looking at the goods, and just on the third attempt manages to grasp it on the chest, and can line up for his first of the day.
And that's the perfect play as well. Long kick to the forward line. You've got Talevski, you've got the big guys down there, so you might as well utilise them by putting the ball up in the air and allowing them to take a big, strong mark.
Let his opponents know about it a little bit, and so too did Martin. But Talevski can line up for his first. He's already had a couple of cracks at it so far this afternoon. But I tell you what, from a big forward, this is a handy goal for the Mustangs. As the rain's just starting to come down. Talevski puts it on the right boot, sets it across the right-hand side again. Same spot, same position, and same result on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 3-5-23 to 2 straight 12 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 22 minutes gone first term. EFL Game Day thanks to Powerade.
Beninga. It's usually the man to kick in, and he does so again now. They're using that out of the side of the ground. Oh, what a fly that time there by Roach, I think it was. Massive fly. It was either Roach or Gale. And what a great mark it was. It was Michael Smith. I'll get it right eventually, won't I? Winds up now on the left boot, kicks it to the top of the square. They've been peppering. It's a Talevski direction. Good fist away, and a rush behind is the result. So Mooroolbark, they're doing well. They've kicked a lot of scores in this first term, Jeff Manalitza. They're just not putting them through the big sticks on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. They moved to 3 goals, 7 at 26. They've opened up a little handy lead now, 14 points. Montrose still 2 straight.
Playing better wetter footy, I reckon.
Short kick was turned over. A chance for Mooroolbark to make them pay on this occasion, and a fantastic goal there from James McManus. And that one's going to hurt the Demons on this occasion. And as we tick towards 23 minutes, it takes the Mooroolbark side to 4. I've got 4-6-30.
4-7-31.
4-7-31, I've just heard from Will Taylor. So 4-7-31 Mooroolbark, 2 straight 12 Montrose. 23 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And I
tell
you what, Montrose certainly are hearing about that one, because McManus did start on Schilling today as well. Sorry, McManus started on Schilling, so fantastic that he's got a goal and Schilling yet to kick one.
Ball in the middle of ground. Free kick was awarded to the Mustangs, so that goes driving along towards the Talevski direction. Coming down at ground level. In there is Gardel, the man we're in the numbers. Second goal maybe coming up here for Luke Armstrong, bouncing through. And the Mustangs in junk time. They're running away now. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at 25 minutes, they move on to 5 goals, 7-37. Well, this is very handy now in these conditions as the rain starts to come down. Montrose still 2 straight.
Exactly right. We were saying before the game that these conditions would favour Mooroolbark, and they're really showing that. They're playing much better wet weather footy at the moment. They're kicking it long into their forward line with their big targets, and their tackling pressure has been fantastic today.
So this is where it gets interesting. Can Montrose reply as we tick over 24 minutes? Ball thrown up once again. This time we get a chance to have a clean clearance away. Good work from Ford. Managed to win it on that occasion. Ball's held up though in the centre of the ground. A free kick's been paid by the non-officiating umpire, and Mooroolbark trying to take it away. Obviously that's part of the... I'm pretty sure that's part of the advantage rule, that if it's paid by the non-officiating umpire, you can't take it away. So it'll be Montrose from the centre of the ground. It'll be Sam Rickard. Must go long on this occasion, does so now. Up towards probably a 3-on-3. No one could win out on this occasion. Montrose take it to ground on the outer side, and it's held up pretty much right on their 50-metre arc. 25 minutes gone now. It's a 25-point lead to Mooroolbark. Ball thrown up, tapped down on this occasion. Good work off the back of the pack, Haining. Still trying to push it forward. Nothing presenting, and it's held up once again.
As we mentioned, Montrose looking very indecisive when they got the ball. Usually they like the switch of the play, but with these conditions, it's not ideal for the switch. So they're just not finding their man at the moment.
Usually quite a clean side, the Demons.
They are.
So ball's gone out of bounds.
And as we were saying, some fantastic tackling pressure at the moment by Mooroolbark as well, putting extra pressure on Montrose's disposal.
Forward flank for Montrose on almost 26 minutes gone. Good punch forward on that occasion was Haining, but it finds no teammate. And over the boundary line and out of bounds. Probably one last roll of the dice, as I said, we tick towards 26 minutes for Montrose to try and get one back. One stage they led by a goal, and now trailed by 25 points. A chance now to go inside forward 50. Handball was too hot. And good work from McManus to clear off the back of the pack and give Mooroolbark a little bit of breathing space. Out to the outer side wing, just trying to punch it forward, and they managed to gain about 35 metres on that occasion.
Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Braden Ingram.
Thanks, BWS. Rain looking to set in here, getting very dark around here, and we're seeing a lot of interchanges as well. Very tired legs with all this mud about the ground.
Thanks to the boys, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny. As Mooroolbark trying to go inside forward 50 once again. Not clean, as we've said all afternoon. Roach off the back of the pack, gave his handball back. Wasn't clean to Dimitri and put him under a lot of pressure. In fact, it ended up being Rickard winning the free kick on that occasion. Will Taylor, thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, the free kick at the moment, 8-6 in favour of Mooroolbark, and a big one at the moment. Points off turnovers, Mooroolbark 17 to Montrose 6.
Weatherly on half-back for Montrose, up towards half-forward, summing up his options. Couldn't quite find anything on that occasion, and not bringing it down with Jai Goodman. And the ball sent over the boundary line and out of bounds, just hugging that boundary line too much. Very nervous play so far from Montrose. Ball thrown in once again. On this occasion, third man up was Scott. Montrose win it out on this occasion. Here's a chance now for the Demons. Ball in the hands of Johnson. Or it was in the hands of Johnson, I should say. It's gone to Wright. He's got the free kick pretty much right on the 50 arc. Decides to go long inside the forward 50, looking for his option. Nothing presenting. Ball spills out the back of the back. There's Johnson. Kicks it through the coach of the Montrose Football Club. Puts their third on the board. They move on to 3 straight 18. Mooroolbark 5-7-37 and a timely goal at the 27-minute mark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, good work there by Montrose, and they did what Mooroolbark have been doing most of the quarter, just getting it long into the forward line, and Johnson read the play very well there, got the crumb, and a nice finish as well, as the rain is bucketing down here at the moment.
Big game out here today at Heights Reserve, the EFL's match of the day, Division 2, ball's back in the middle of the ground. Of course, the broadcast today brought to you on 98.1 Radio Eastern and video streaming live on efl.org.au. We've gone 28 minutes here in the first term. It's a 19-point margin the way of the home side. A little quick kick out of the middle by James McManus, went up towards the half-forward line, brilliantly trapped by Cam Lingford in these hard conditions. They're going backwards to go forwards. The pressure brilliant by Montrose at the moment. Knocked on by Weatherly there across the half-forward line, 50-metre line in fact. Umpire might come in and bounce this one. Plenty of players around the ball. Who's going to come in now? So can they get another one? Jeff Manalitza, it's very important.
Look, it's going to be very tough. There's only a couple of minutes left, you'd think, in this quarter.
That was their first score in 25 minutes, Montrose.
Perhaps their mojo is back. It was Haining versus Ford. Ford won that one and went across the half-forward line, just inside forward 50 for Montrose now. Mustangs still trying to hold the ball up. We'll have another bounce, 55 metres out from goal. Pyer. Quick to restart it now, and as the siren goes, that is quarter time out here at Heights Reserve, and it's a good start too by the Mooroolbark Football Club at 12 scoring shots to 3 in the first term. They lead to 5 goals, 7-37. It's a 19-point lead now over Montrose, who are 3 goals straight, 18. That was the first quarter. We'll be back with all the around the ground scores with Ben Waterworth and everything that will happen in the second term right here on EFL Game Day. I think we haven't gone to a break out there at quarter time. Are you there, Peter MacArthur? We need you to go to the quarter time.
You're invited to go along to Our Lady's Catholic Church Hall on the corner of Bedford Road and Wallana Street, Ringwood, to enjoy line dancing on the second and fourth Wednesday of each month. The next dance will be held on Wednesday the 11th of July at 1:30 p.m. and another dance will be held on Wednesday the 25th of July. Line dancing commences at 1:30 and continues until 2:30 p.m. No experience is needed to enjoy 1 hour of line dancing. Go and enjoy yourself. There is a $2 charge for this great afternoon. For further details, contact Anne Fraser on 9870-4203. That number again, 9870-4203.
What do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but are always busy and often have long waiting times. And private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting. You'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services you may need. So which option would you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number, 9839 3333, 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care, your health, your destiny.
In desperate need of some windows? Budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&V Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727-7506. That's 8727-7506. T&V Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name. Part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
In footy, the best players always get tagged. In Melbourne, the best and cheapest way to get around the tollways is to get your car tagged. That's because a Breeze account works on EastLink and it works on CityLink too. A tag's also the cheapest way to use EastLink and CityLink. So open your Breeze account online at eastlink.com.au and start winning as a tagger today. Speaking of winning, my team's a sure thing for 4 points today, and maybe the premiership. Come on, Ralph! That was in the back! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Quarter time here at Heights Reserve. What a start by the Mooroolbark Footy Club. 5-7-37 to Montrose, 3 straight 18. More importantly, 12 scoring shots to 3. So certainly a great start by the Mustangs. They could be a lot further in front if they kicked a little bit more accurate in front of goal or were able to make the most of it. Only a couple of other scores coming in. We are quite early here at Heights Reserve. Quarter time out at the Division 2 game between Mulgrave and Doncaster. Good start by the Lions. 4-3-27 of Mulgrave to Doncaster. 2 straight 12. So 15 points is the margin in favour of Mulgrave. And the only other score we have at the moment is Warrandyte and Coldstream. Good start by the Bloods too. 3-2-20 Warrandyte to Coldstream. 2 straight 12. While other scores make their way in, let's cross to Will Taylor, who's been in the Choose Tap Match Stats chair. Be smart, choose tap water. Will Taylor, some stats that matter from that first term.
Yeah, let's have a look at them. Marks inside forward 50, Mooroolbark 2 to Montrose 0. The possession count 58-48 in favour of Mooroolbark. The clearances were fairly even at 10 apiece. The hit-outs 15-10 in favour of Mooroolbark. The inside forward 50s 11-9 in favour of Mooroolbark. The tackle count 25-19 in favour of Montrose. And the big stat I've just put in today, points off turnovers, Mooroolbark 17, Montrose 6.
Good on you, Will Taylor. Some interesting stats there thanks to Choose Tap. Players are about to make their way. Mooroolbark is certainly still in their huddle. Be a wet huddle out there. Jeff, your thoughts on that first quarter? Certainly been an interesting first quarter today. That Mooroolbark have dominated on the scoreboard in terms of scoring shots.
Yeah, exactly right, Ben. As we said, Mooroolbark, after the loss last week, they wanted to come out firing, and they kicked that first goal within the first couple of minutes, and never really looked back. Playing better weather footy, kicking it long to those big targets up forward, and I think the tackling pressure as well by Mooroolbark has been fantastic today. Montrose just not really in the groove today. Maybe it's the wet weather, I'm not quite sure, but they're not finding targets, and they're really struggling at the moment. They really need to find those targets, and they're being pressured by Mooroolbark as well, so they just need to settle the game down a bit.
Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Daniel Sensic, who was out at the Montrose huddle. I don't think we've been able to cross down to Daniel, have we?
Doesn't look like it. Just got another score at the moment. Roeville 4-5-29 to Bayswater 3-2-20, and Heathmont 1-2-8 trailing Mitcham 3-4-22.
Thank you very much, boys, for the quarter time break. Mooroolbark taking their time to just try and even us up with the rest of the competition at the moment in terms of time, but free kick's been paid. It will go the way of the Mustangs. Just looking to try and see who the man at the bottom of the pack is as they slowly wake their way up. Looks to me like McManus. Right in the centre of Mooroolbark Heights Reserve. His side leads by 19 points at the moment. Inside forward 50, nothing presenting. Linford at the front of the pack, just dummies one. Sits the arm out at another and tries to get the handball away. Wasn't clean. On that occasion, Smith was the man that took it, but it was tackled straight away. But inside 50 for the first time in this quarter. Here on EFL Game Day, it is Mooroolbark taking on Montrose. Thanks to Powerade Isotonic. Powerade, it all adds up. Inside forward 50, good work from Roach from Mooroolbark. Taps it forward, nothing presenting once again though. Just tight in and under contest, Jeff and Melissa.
Yeah, and McManus again, as we said, doing well early in this quarter and continuing on that first quarter form. Bit of a scuffle here on the half-forward line as well for Montrose.
Well, we'd like to see a little bit of argy-bargy between the two sides. Good work from Roach, punches it forward. A free kick's been paid, and it will go the way of Roach. Going against Haining in the ruck contest, so we saw him take a shot from pretty much the same spot on the ground at the other end. And now Roach can line up for his first goal of the game, and this is a very handy goal.
And these really hurt you, these free kicks in the forward line, especially in the conditions today.
So this will be interesting. Last goal wasn't that, last shot it wasn't that flash. Just not too confident. He's got Talevsky right on the goal line. Comes in now, sends it on its way. Ugly kick to the top of the goal square, leading out on the occasion was Charge. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball at the top of the goal square for Mooroolbark. Bunch of players trying to tap it through on that occasion. It was wildly getting a kick to it. Nothing presenting though. And the ball's held up about 15 metres round from the Mooroolbark goal.
Let's go around the grounds with Ben Waterworth.
Blackburn 1-4-10 to Baldwin 4-5-2-32. Doncaster East by 4 points over the Waverley Blues.
Thank you very much, Ben Waterworth. Snap came off the bottom of the pack, and that's a goal to the the Mooroolbark Mustangs, I should say. Fantastic work on that occasion. Just trying to sum up who the player was. Be handy if anyone could help me out here. We're just trying to work out. I reckon we're going to have a lot of these this afternoon, just in and under play. But alas, it is 6-7-43 on this occasion. Fantastic work from Mooroolbark. 3 straight 18 Montrose. We played 2 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And again, in and under the packs, Mooroolbark just getting the ball out with a quick snap, and it was a very good goal.
Matty Polkinghorn kicked the goal.
Thank you.
So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Good start in this second term. 3 minutes gone in here. Bendigo Bank scoreboard shows 43 playing 18. It's going to be Montrose to get the clearance this time. And the ball's kicked up towards the half-forward line. Just stops in the mud there too. Quick kick out there by Roberts. Goes to the top of the goal square or thereabouts. Chopping over and taking a great mark was Brett Johnson. Put his body on the line. And if you ever wanted a coach's goal, this is an important time for him to kick it, Jeff.
Yeah, that's a fantastic mark. Courageous there by Brett Johnson. And as we saw, he kicked a goal in that first quarter as well. He looks like the kind of guy that could get them back into the game. A small kind of forward that knows where the goals are.
It's currently 13 scoring shots to 3, so Mooroolbark having a lot of this play. Very important kick coming up for Johnson. If anything's been working for Montrose today, it's their shots on goal. They have been kicking straight. He'll come in from about 35 metres out. Winds in on the left boot. He might scrape this home. He's just pushed it to the left-hand side, and a minor score is the result. That's their first of the afternoon. Montrose moving to 3 goals, 1-19 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Still trailing Mooroolbark 6-7-43. Let's go around the grounds with Ben Waterworth. No, we won't be going around the grounds with Ben Waterworth. Jeff Manolitza.
We've got the kick out, so we're back into play.
Fantastic work off the back of the pack, and a good mark taken from Alex Wadworth on that occasion. Just making the most of it. The Mustangs have better 50-odd metre kick, and they found a target. So just summing it up on half-back, up towards centre wing, looking for the presenting target, and they found it on this occasion. And on true centre wing, Polkinghorn marks. Kicked the last goal for the Mustangs. He's up on centre wing now. Decides to go to centre half forward, looking in the charge direction. He couldn't take the mark. Ball spills to the bottom of the pack, right on the 50-metre arc, or where the 50-metre arc should be, outside the mud. But thanks to Akira Urgent Care, we'll cross to Daniel Sensick.
Thank you very much, Dyson Baker. At the Montrose huddle at quarter time, the main message was in these conditions to keep it simple and really stand up to the physical pressure that Mooroolbark are applying.
I'll cross back to you boys in a minute. Linford kicks towards Talevsky and finds him out on the mark. Fantastic work there to spot out a target, and a good mark taken there by Talevsky.
And that play, I guess, from the fullback, from the kick out, 3 long kicks into the forward line, caused a contest, a ball up, and another long kick into the forward line. Talevsky's got a mark. That's just great wet weather footy.
I'll tell you what's been great is Cam Linford this afternoon.
Fantastic.
Already. He's dominating.
Yep. So Talevsky, this a chance for goal number 1. And he sprayed it across the left-hand side on this occasion, so he's zip 3 at the moment so far, the big kid, and can't quite manage to find the centre of the goals. They move on to 6-8-44 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to Montrose 3-1-19. We'll cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care, boys.
Thank you very much, Dyson Baker. The other message was to take no prisoners, and I'm putting it politely as to how it was put at the quarter-time Montrose huddle. What about Mooroolbark, Braden?
As the ball just looks to spill out of bounds on
keep going.
Yeah, on the wing. The main message from Brett Fisher for the Mooroolbark huddle was just really happy with the enthusiasm and the 30 minutes, really doing well, looking good early, and the fact that they've been able to hold off Brett Johnson, held him well early in the first quarter.
Free kick's been paid to Montrose across the half-back line. It went into the arms of Stephen, drives the ball up to the wing position. Roach had the front spot, ball hits the very close to that boundary line on the outer side, trying to push the ball forward was Garthwaite towards the boundary line. It's going to be a free kick to Montrose. They're getting in and under. So it's Stockton on the far side of the ground now. Wants to square things up, kicks it towards the centre half forward position. Going up in was Roach versus Haining over the back of the pack. It's across that half forward line in there too with Garthwaite on hands and knees. Kick out towards the wing position. It was tried to be a good tackle by Rickard, but the ball spills out to the Mustangs. Kick up towards the Linford direction. It was a 2-on-1 situation. He had to beat everyone. Polkinghorn was in there as well. Handball over the top there by Smith, went nowhere. Gave it out to Haining. Haining moved it on to Goodman. Goodman snapped it around the body. He had Rickard with a little bit of time out there. Crunched in a tackle by James McManus. right near the boundary line on that outer side of the ground, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Bendigo Bank scoreboard showing Mooroolbark 6 goals, 8-44. Very handy lead now, 25 points over Montrose at 3-1-19. We've gone 7.5 minutes in the second term.
Ball out of side, once again held up. Remember, you can text us through on 0419654082. Twitter at FootyEFL, all one word. Facebook, www.facebook.com/Eastern Football League. All the social networks covered at the moment. As both sides just trying to work it out of the centre of the ground. Mooroolbark managed to get clean possession. The second possession wasn't as clean, and the ball's held up once again. That was definitely a throw, but Mooroolbark take it away off centre wing up towards the Kildare direction. Couldn't quite take the mark on that occasion. Running it away was the Dots in guard all for Montrose. They slowly get the kick away. Wasn't pretty, but it's managed to find a little bit of distance. First man to it on that occasion was Haining. Couldn't quite do much. The big ruckman inside forward 50. Nothing presenting. A good punch away on that occasion was Roberts. And the ball's on the boundary line. 40 metres round from the Mooroolbark goal. Cross boundary. Oh, we won't cross boundary side just yet.
We'll go around the grounds to Ben Waterworth.
In Division 1, Blackburn trailing Bourne by 32 points. Norwood leading Knox by 20. Park and Vermont by 8 points against Croydon.
A few interesting results right across the Eastern Football League. We'll cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Braden Ingram.
Thanks, Dyson. The rain's actually cleared up. It was very heavy at quarter time, but at the moment we've actually got clear skies, so hopefully that stays like that for a while.
Good luck to you boys down there at ground level. Georgia was tackled hard and running away on that occasion was Weatherly. Inside forward 50. Schilling has to out-hustle his opponent in McManus and does so. So Billy Schilling, we haven't seen much of him so far in this quarter in a bit, but that's his first mark inside 50 and a chance to line up for goal number 1.
Yeah, certainly, and some great work there by Garrity as well. That tackle that led to the kick into the forward line, and he's certainly letting Mooroolbark know about it as well and getting pushed and shoved around a bit.
Some of the choose tap match stats, Will Taylor.
Yeah, at the moment, the tackle count 8-4 in favour of Montrose.
So Billy Schilling for goal number 48 of season 2012 comes in now. Sticks it on the right boot, hangs it out, makes the goal umpire work, but he's kicked it through the big sticks. First goal on the board for Billy Schilling, and he's kicked his side's fourth. They move on to 4-1-25, I should say, get my maths right. 6-8-44 Mooroolbark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Lilydale 5-1-31 to South Croydon 1-4-10. In Division 2 scores Doncaster East by 4 points over the Waverley Blues, Domvale by 4 points over Upper Ferntree Gully, Mulgrave by 15 points against Doncaster, and Roveville by 9 points against Bayswater.
Scores are just streaming in through. If you've got any more, 0419654082 as Montrose through Johnson. Fist the ball up towards the half-forward line. Ball hits the deck. Who's going to be able to squeeze this one out? It's Mooroolbark. The kick goes up towards the Roach direction at the half-forward line. He got behind the pack. Ball hits the deck now. Little grubbing kick up towards the wing position. Mooroolbark just working the ball forward. Thompson got down low. No, it was Michael Smith that time. He was partly smothered. Then it was Watson. Moved the ball on. That was to the clean jumper in Stockton. Kicked up towards the half-forward line. Great diving mark there. That time by Marcus Tippett across the half-forward line. He wants to squeeze things up. His kick just went off the side of the boot up towards the half-forward line or forward pocket. Kick was spoiled. Ball goes in the direction of Scott Demetrio. Had to trap it on the half volley. Did really well. Had support in the running player across the half-back line. Dean Stephen was the first to meet it. He's got Cam Limpert in a tackle crunch. He nearly could have been paid that. Just got boot to ball. Mooroolbark still squeezing the ball across the wing position. Brilliantly trapped there by Michael Smith. And now he's away on the left boot. Kicks it up towards the centre half ball position. It went over the Roach's head. Chalewski was out there in front. He just kicked it towards his own possession. Then picked it up now. He's got players running in support. Smith is there. The kick goes over the top of his head. He might be able to get it now. But the umpire's called it back. It's going to be a free kick to Montrose. You saw that one, Jeff?
Yeah, holding the arm there and clear free kick.
Yeah.
So the ball's going to be cleared now. Kick towards centre half back. That's okay. Demons, they're looking okay in this second term. Ball goes into the direction of Edwards in the middle of the ground. He spoiled what he could have taken. Tippett tried to get a handball away, but then opted for the kick up towards half forward. Standing strong and taking a great mark, it was Trent Giorgio at centre half back. He now moves on, swings onto the left boot, kicks it up towards the Linford and Roach direction. Who's going to fly for this one? No one got a clear disposal. Stephen at ground level got a handball out, and he went in for it again. Then Roach picked it up. His kick was half smothered. There's plenty of players around this ball. Hits the deck now. The umpire's going to come in and bounce this one, you would think. 12 minutes gone here. EFL Game Day Division 2 match of the round. Mooroolbark versus Montrose. Let's go around the grounds with Ben Waterworth.
Baronia by 12 points over the Whitehorse Pioneers. Mitcham by 14 over Heathmont. Warrandyte by 8 over Coldstream. Wanturna South by 26 over Templestowe. Glen Waverley Hawks by 11 over Churnside Park. And Ringwood by 12 points against North Ringwood.
Great kick by Smith to the top of the goal square where the big kid just put himself in position A and took a mark on the chest. And you'd think after 3 misses he'll put his first one through on the board and extend this lead by Mooroolbark.
You would think so in the goal square here.
Special comments today from Jeff Manalitza as Kadir Talevsky walks in and puts it straight through the middle. That's his first for the afternoon. Doubled the score of Montrose, who are 4-1-25.
Canterbury trailing Ferntree Gully Eagles by 10 points. Park Orchards by 14 against Forest Hill. Good start by them. The Basin only by 8 against Kilsyth. Surrey Park by 5 points over Sylvan. And Nunawading by 1 point over South Belgrave.
Peter Baird might be getting in his car.
So, great game so far at the moment. Fantastic work from Mooroolbark. They currently lead, as we said, by 25 points. You're listening to EFL Game Day thanks to Powerade Isotonic. It all adds up.
Scientifically proven to enhance your performance, Dyson.
Certainly is. We've all got it just dished out here in the caravan. It's right through the esky. Ball's held up in the middle. I reckon a few of these boys will need one at half-time.
That's why you've got blue teeth.
So, ball's thrown up in the middle. I tell you what, that man just trailing right through the middle, Cam Lidford. I tell you what, if he's not the man of the match so far, I don't know who is. He's been absolutely fantastic. Mooroolbark trying to push it forward once again.
This guy's been good, Smith.
I tell you what, he's making a difference as he kicks it towards 50. Only finds Johnson. Comes straight back out to centre wing on the outer side. Chance now for Montrose to run if they can get a player on there early. Looks like Rickard trailing at the front of the pack. Chance now to go inside forward 50. Nothing presenting on that occasion. Just slowly trying to work it out. Linford under a lot of pressure. Mooroolbark just pushing it forward. No real possession, but they managed to find an extra sort of 50 or 60 metres, and they now find it about 15 metres round from their goal.
Lilydale by 21 points over South Croydon. Baldwin by 22 over Blackburn. Norwood by 24 over Knox. All square between East Burwood and East Ringwood. Scoresby by 20 against Noble Park. Peter Baird out there. And Vermont by 8 over Croydon.
That Scoresby Noble Park one will be interesting.
Yes.
We've seen a few results turn on their head in the last 3 quarters of those games. But a chance for Montrose to score their 5th goal here as the ball's just held up. They've got it inside forward 50. A lot of congestion as we expected when we drove into the mud heap that is Mooroolbark Heights Reserve this afternoon. Tapped down on that occasion by Matty Ford. Held up. And once again a chance for Montrose.
I'll tell you what, we call it a mud heap, but with 11 goals scored 15 minutes into the second term, the ground is really holding up well.
And as we said, Levski's goal, that was a very important goal because you see that seemed that Montrose are getting back into the game here.
Just being a lot more competitive as they try and push through on this occasion. Good work from Weatherly. Couldn't find a target though. Off the back of the pack on that occasion was Edwards. His handball was a little bit too hot. And it's held up once again. 15 minutes gone. Better go back to scoreboard. Reads 7-8-50 Mooroolbark. Montrose 4-1-25. Any more scores from around the grounds for Waterworth?
Johnny East by 4 against Waverley Blues. Donvale by 4 over Upper Ferntree Gully. Mulgrave by 15 over Doncaster. And Rowville by 9 over Bayswater.
A couple of sides could get their first win of season 2012. Good work off the back of the pack to tap it away was Annan for Montrose.
Don't moz them.
This kick came out just slowly trying to work it out. Mooroolbark. It's held up on the outer side wing. Nothing really presenting in the last couple of minutes of this game. As we said, Bendigo Bank scoreboard 7-8-50. Montrose 4-1-25. 15 and a half minutes gone second term.
Frosty Baird all over the Twitter. Bulls fighting back. 2 goals at the start of the second term. Scoresby only by 7 points now.
Umpire threw the ball up. The ball was fisted away. Came out to Demetrio. Moved it on to Lingford. That was okay. He wants to use his left boot. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Roach had front spot on his hammer. And running the ball over the boundary line is Stockton. So we'll have a boundary throw-in half-forward line for Mooroolbark. They've worked the ball down there nicely. Let's go to Will Taylor. Thanks to Choose Tap.
The match possession count at the moment 31-23 in favour of Mooroolbark in this term, and hit-outs 10-1 in favour of Mooroolbark.
Umpire throws it in that time. It was Ford versus Haining. Haining did a double-fisted down towards the boundary line. Johnson was first to meet it, but he was pushed over the boundary line. We'll have a restart, another boundary throw-in. It's about 60 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals. We've gone 16 and a half minutes here in the first term. Mooroolbark a double Montrose's score. 7-8-50 plays 4-1-25. as the umpire throws it in now. That time Haining got it over the back of the pack, looking for Johnson, or as Goodman that time snapped it around the body, got it out of the danger zone and kicked it up towards the wing position. Flying for a mark was Wadsworth. It went through his arm, so it came out towards Roberts. The ball goes inside 50 and good mark, getting down low. What a mark that was by Billy Schilling. He had to get down, and he certainly did, and just took it on the chest. So 55 metres out from goal. It may push him from this distance.
McManus just gave him way too much room on that occasion. Didn't think he'd mark it and just sort of backed off.
Certainly.
Too easy.
Should kick this one.
So Billy Schilling already kicked one for the afternoon. This will make it two, and a very important one as we almost get to time on in the second term. 50 metres out from goal. Almost shanks the kick towards the half, well, towards the post or towards the points, but wasn't marked and fisted through for a one behind. So Montrose, that's their second for the afternoon. They move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 4-2-26. It's a 4-goal ball game out here at Heights Reserve. Match of the day, 7-8-50 is Mooroolbark.
First score in about 10 minutes for Montrose, as competitive as they've been. They just haven't quite managed to get it on the scoreboard.
3 scoring shots each this quarter.
Just waiting for Mooroolbark to get it back in. Long kick once again. They're going to use that as much as they possibly can. Just held up about 60 metres out from the Montrose goal. And once again, nothing presenting. We'll have another ball up. 80 minutes go on.
Baroni by 12 points over the Widest Pioneers. Mitcham by 14 over Heathmont. Warrandyte by 8 over Coldstream. Wanturna South by 26 over Templestowe. Glemoverley Hawks by 11 over Churnside Park. And Ringwood by 12 over North Ringwood.
Mitcham and Wanturna South.
Yes.
Interesting.
Could be a very interesting afternoon across all ladders in Division 1, 2, 3 and 4. But I'll tell you what, this one's going to make the difference. And at the moment, it's Mooroolbark leading 7-8 to 4-2. For those of you playing at home, that's 50-26 and 19 minutes gone. Second term, EFL Game Day, thanks to Powerade Isotonic. Maybe you can text us in on 0419 654 082. Mooroolbark try and push it forward once again. Off the bottom of the pack, looking for a handball. Wasn't confident at all, was Newman. And just dishes it away to Weatherly, who's tackled straight away in the arms of Armstrong. And held up centre wing commentary side.
Ferntree Gully Eagles by 7 points over Canterbury. Park Orchards by 14 over Forest Hill. The Basin by 8 over Kilsyth. Surrey Park by 5 over Sylvan. And Nunawading by 1 over South Belgrave.
The good punch forward gave Mooroolbark probably a 15-metre gain, but in the end it is Dent taking over the boundary line right in front of our commentary position. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of muddy boys out there. It's only going to get worse as the afternoon progresses. Ball thrown in once again. Tapped down on this occasion. Good punch came from Goodman, but only as far on that occasion as Dent. And for the second time in as many minutes, he's run over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Gee, there's a bit of feeling out there, boys. A bit of a high tackle there.
That's
looked like against Tippett.
That's very poor form from Tippett. He was sucked in massively. Gave away the free kick, and a chance now as he kicks up towards Dimitri, who couldn't quite take the mark. Ball spills out to the back of the pack. Dimitri's still there as well. In there as well was Wiley. Couldn't quite get his handball away. Just Mooroolbark have plenty of the possession, just can't get that clean kick or handball away. And the ball's held up once again. You've got to love it when the possession's just right in front of our commentary position here. We've gone 20 minutes in the second term. It's 50 plays 26 in the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's charge versus Haining. Haining worked his body to the front, but got it along to Weatherly. Kick was half smothered. Mooroolbark squeezed to kick out, but it went out of bounds on the full wing position. So Montrose looked to rebound. The free kick will go to Beninga, the general who kicks in.
Tippett's been dragged.
Demetrio stands the mark. Just waiting for options. He's got Watson short if he wants him. Elects to go for the longer option. Kick up towards the wing position. Ball was fisted away. Kick was smothered from Bolkinghorn, but he comes up with it now.
Well done.
Almost fell over. Got a free kick on the way through. So good play by Matty Polkinghorn. Just copped one in the chops, and he'll take the free kick.
Milked it beautifully too.
And the Mustangs will look to rebound. Polkinghorn, beautiful kick in these conditions, goes up towards the half-forward line. What a great fly, and what a terrific mark by Michael Smith across the half-forward line. He'll look to waste no time moving on to that left boot of his. Going to kick it to the top of the goal scorer or elect for the lead. Goes into the pocket, but a good mark standing strong. It was Matty Langdon. He's wasting no time as well. Kicks it across the face of goal. It was a bit of a risky kick. Went into the Beninga direction. He had Rickard there for support. They've got players even out further wider. In Jaden Weatherly takes the mark down low. Could probably take off if he wants to. Just sizing up the options. Goes short, and it was a bit of a shank of a kick too, because cutting across and taking a good mark was Mullet. So Mooroolbark about 65 metres out from goal. inside forward 50, looking for Telesky. He got one bite on it. The ball hits the deck, straight through the arms. That time of Shivers. Going in hard was Goodman. He's going to receive a free kick to put his head over the ball. So Jai Goodman across the half back line. He's got Sam Goodman even further wide if he can get it to him. And Nan's got the ball now. Now he spots Goodman out wider. Standing in front of him was James McManus. Got a handle on it. That was okay. Mooroolbark going backwards to go forwards. It goes to Polkinghorne now. Bangs it on the boot. It was a bit of a torpedo punt towards the Telefsky direction. He got one bite on it. At the fall of the ball, can anyone get the handle on it? Coming across there. Good handball out wide was Newman. Moved the ball across. Mooroolbark are going to have a shot for goal. Forward pocket it is, and over the boundary line and out of bounds. So, well, pretty testy times here as we cross the 22-minute mark on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's 4 goals the difference. We're going to have a boundary throw in about 10 or 15 metres out from goal once the boundary umpire comes in. Throws it in that now. Telefsky took the ruck contest. Ball hits the deck. It's going to be Goodman to clear the ball now. Kick out towards a half-back line. First to meet it is Garthwaite. Traps it. Breaks the tackle. Kept the ball in. That was really clever play. Now Montrose kick it up towards the wing position. Polkinghorne in position A. Got down low. He's got support in there. Handballed it backwards there. Going backwards to go forwards. Once again, Gale moving it across there. That was okay. Giorgio was tackled. Handball across. They're doing okay, Mooroolbark. They just keep working the ball that 10, 15 metres forward. Kick this time by Smith on the left boot up towards the Telefsky and Roach direction. Roach got a fistle on it. That was okay. Good defensive forward play there. Comes out to Goodman. Jai Goodman for Montrose now has the clearing hand pass. Roach comes in and tackles Sam Goodman. Holding the ball is the result. And that was a good bit of play too. Don't want to give away 25 metres at the 23.5-minute mark. Roach from Mooroolbark. They're looking for a goal. Kick inside forward 50. That was okay that time by Giorgio to get a fist on it. The ball's about 10 metres out from goal. And then Telefsky, he was tackled going in hard. Also is Martin for Mooroolbark. It's still only 5 metres out from goal. It's eventually rushed through for one behind. So they get a score on the board, Mooroolbark. It is a behind, though, and they move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's just 7 goals, 9, 51. It's back to that 25-point margin. Montrose 4-2, 26. 24 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's interesting that one side can really dominate this contest, but for the last probably 5 or 10 minutes, it's been Mooroolbark. That's their first score in 10 minutes or so. So just both sides probably lacking opportunities at the moment, trying to push it forward. But Montrose kick out deep, looking for an option, couldn't quite find it on that occasion. Charge was the first man leading out, couldn't quite take the mark. Ball right on half forward from Mooroolbark.
Certainly. Mooroolbark, though, they've got the thirst for the contest. You see Polkinghorne throwing his body in under the packs. Roach with a great tackle just before.
Punched across once again. Chance for Montrose to try and clear. They do up towards centre wing. 2-on-1 contest, but Montrose had the numbers and the ball at the bottom of the pack, I should say. Inside forward 50, looking for Roach. Couldn't quite mark. Coming in on that occasion was Newman. Just scared of the contest so far this afternoon, Newman, every time he's gone near it. Out towards centre wing. Montrose won the free kick. Lead inside forward 50. Ugly kick off the bottom was Stephen on that occasion. And a chance now to clean up for Mooroolbark. And that is half-time here on EFL Game Day. It is 7-9-51, Mooroolbark 4-2-26. Montrose will cross boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Thank you very much, Dyson Baker. Linford finished the quarter on the bench. He actually came off for a bit of a breather and I think to freshen him up for the second half.
25 points is the margin out here at Heights Reserve for EFL Game Day match of the round Division 2, Mooroolbark versus Montrose. It's first versus third. Can the Demons come back in the second half? Only time will tell, but there's so many scores going around the eastern suburbs. As you go local for your football this afternoon, we'll be back with Ben Waterworth for all those scores right here on EFL Game Day in just a moment. I'm hoping I don't have to tell you again, Peter MacArthur, to press the button back there in the studio. It is half-time out here at Heights Reserve. It is a 25-point margin, 7-9-51. Mooroolbark playing Montrose 4-2-26. It's half-time. We want to come back with all the around-the-ground scores with Ben Waterworth right after this on EFL Game Day.
The station that you're listening to. So linger with us for a while for the latest in news, greatest in sports, time checks and weather reports, and all of your favorite music in Melbourne.
Radio Eastern 98.1. And what do you do when you have a medical emergency? Public emergency departments do a great job, but they're always busy and often have long waiting times. Private hospitals charge you $280 and more for additional services. But at Ikira Urgent Care, there's no waiting. You'll only pay a maximum of $150 out of pocket, which includes other diagnostic services you may need. So which option should you choose? Ikira Urgent Care, Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic.
It all adds up.
Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call them on this number, 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program spot.
Radio Eastern 98.1. Damien Watson's here with some scores from the EFL. So it's over to you, Damien.
I do have some scores from the AFL, Pete, and it's half-time in the big match between Melbourne and the Fremantle Football Club at Etihad Stadium this afternoon. And surprisingly enough, it is the Demons leading by 13 points at the major break, half-time, after leading by 20 points at quarter-time. The scores at half-time, Melbourne 8-6-54, leading the Dockers 6-5-41. The major goal scorers on the ground, Brad Green, the Melbourne veteran, has 2. Stephen Martin has also scored 2 majors for the Demons. Meanwhile, Hayden Ballantyne is the only major goal scorer for the Dockers with 2. The leading possession getters on the ground, Joel McDonald has 17 disposals for the Demons. Meanwhile, Daniel Mundy has accumulated 15 possessions for the Freo Dockers. And in the other match today at AB Stadium, Pete, it's the 18-minute mark of the second term, and it's the Bombers holding a slender 5-point lead over Port Adelaide. There in Adelaide, 6-4-40 to 5-5-35. Justin Westhoff for the Power is the only major goal scorer on the ground with 2. David Myers has 16 disposals for the Bombers, so a 5-point lead there to Essendon.
If you love your EFL footy like I do and you love getting down to see your team play, you don't want to be spending your weekend stuck in the car driving. That's why I opened a Breeze account. Eastlink is the quickest, easiest way to get around Melbourne's east, and Tags are the cheapest way to use Eastlink. So open your Breeze account online at eastlink.com.au today and use Eastlink in the cheapest possible way with a Tag account. Instead of being stuck behind the wheel, I can have more time getting stuck into the umpire. Ball! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Half-time here at Heights Reserve in Mooroolbark, and it's been a half dominated by the Mustangs, particularly in that first term, and quite an even slog in that second term. Mooroolbark 7-9, 51 to the Montrose Football Club 4-26. Now, we are quite a fair bit ahead of other games around the EFL, but we do have plenty of scores coming. They will be coming in very, very shortly. Now, the other Division 2 score we have at the moment, Mulgrave 7-5-47 to Doncaster 2-1-13. 34 points in front, Jeff Manolitza.
Oh, first win of the season, maybe?
We like the looks of that one. And we've just had another one through there. North Ringwood 5-8-38. Leading Ringwood 4-5-29. In that term, Jeff, North Ringwood kicked 3 goals, 5 to Ringwood, 2 behinds. So the Saints mounting a bit of a comeback. Could be a bit of a wind. We're not entirely sure. As we're waiting for scores to come through, let's get a little bit of first half analysis from Will Taylor and from Jeff Manolitza. Will doing a fantastic job in the stats chair today. All thanks to Yarra Valley Water. Be smart, choose tap. Wilbur, some stats that matter from the first term so far.
Yeah, look, it was absolutely dominated by the Mustangs in that first half. And the Marks Inside Forward 50s 4-3 in favour of Mooroolbark. In that term was 3-2 in the Marks Inside Forward 50s in favour of Montrose. The possession count 110-88 in favour of Mooroolbark, with 78 kicks and 32 handballs from the Mustangs to 74 kicks and 14 handballs for Montrose. The clearances 21-16 in favour of Mooroolbark in that term, with 11-6 in that second term. The hit-outs 30-15 in favour of Mooroolbark in the hit-outs. The free kick count even at 13 apiece. The free kick, the inside forward 50s 21-14 in favour of Mooroolbark, including a 10-5 in that second term. The tackle count, Montrose 48-38 in favour of Montrose. And in the points of turnovers, 18-12 in favour of Mooroolbark over Montrose. In that term, 6-1 in favour of Montrose. But the major part in that one was the points of turnovers in the first term, as Mooroolbark went 17-6.
Thank you very much to Will Taylor with all the stats that matter. Thanks to Choose Tap. No other scores coming through as of yet, so while we wait for them, Jeff Manolitza, you've been sitting in the special comments chair. You've had the best seat in the house, and it's certainly been a fantastic start by Mooroolbark. And how important is it to get that start in that first term? We talk about, we've seen the ground, we see it's a little bit muddy, we see that it's raining overhead, and now it's going to be even harder to put scores on the board. Have Mooroolbark got this because they've got off to, well, that gap now, that 25-point gap is going to be very hard to bring back from Montrose.
Yeah, that's right. In the conditions today, a 25-point gap like that is more like a 6-7 goal margin. As you said, though, in the first quarter, it was Mooroolbark that jumped Montrose by kicking the first goal within the first couple of minutes. And interesting, even in the second quarter, they kicked a goal within the first 3 minutes as well. So using that dry ball and making the most of their opportunities. In terms of that second quarter, I know, Will, you said that the inside 50s, I think, were 10-5 in that second quarter. Just very interesting, though, that the scoring shots were 4 to Mooroolbark and 3 to Montrose. So really, they weren't making the most of their opportunities pushing forward in that second quarter, Mooroolbark. They only kicked the 2 goals in that second quarter to Montrose 1, but it was really that first quarter where Mooroolbark got on top. For Mooroolbark, I guess, though, it was their in and under players. It was the tackling pressure. It was the great wet weather footy by kicking the ball long to their big targets. And a bit of a risk going into the game, I thought, by putting 2 talls up forward, Talevsky and Roach in the first quarter there, and I thought that maybe they would get exposed there with a lack of a small, but what happened, it really worked for them because of their style of playing, kicking it long to those targets, and they were taking some grabs in the forward 50, as you said, Will.
Yeah, exactly, and also Schilling took over in that third term for Montrose up forward.
Yeah, so it was interesting that Montrose actually decided to take on the same kind of role as Mooroolbark by putting up a couple of tall forwards as well and taking some marks, and Schilling resulting in a goal in that second quarter. But I think those in and under players, though, for Mooroolbark, it was, Linford, Smith, Polkinghorn just throwing himself in and under the packs and just dishing the ball out. And we're just having a discussion off air just after the siren there, and it was saying that it was really Mooroolbark's ability to get the ball out of those packs. Both teams were throwing themselves into the packs, but just those clearances. Just interested, what were the clearances, Will, in that first half?
Yeah, the clearances Mooroolbark 21-16, including 15-10, which was the major difference around the grounds, which Mooroolbark smashed them 6-4 in that term.
Yeah, it really did show, I thought, just the ability to get in under those packs, but also to dish that ball out and to get some free-flowing play in particular with these conditions here today.
Good on you, boys. Fantastic work. Thanks to Choose Tap, Will Taylor, and of course Jeff Manolitza in special comments. Of course, EFL Game Day proudly brought to you today by Powerade. It all adds up, and Powerade Isotonic is, of course, the special the sports drink, the official sports drink here of us here at the Eastern Football League. We're starting to get some more scores through here. Almost got a full lot of scores in Division 2. So Doncaster East 7-4-46, leading the Waverley Blues 4-10-24. Pretty inaccurate, the Waverley Blues. Mulgrave 7-5-47, leading Doncaster 2-1-13. So good stuff there by the Lions. They could be on their way to their first victory. They're 34 points in front at half-time. And in the clash of the guys that hate each other, Roeville and Bayswater. Roeville 8-9-57, leading Bayswater 4-4-28. No, Will Taylor will be all over that one, but we're not quite sure if he's a Bayswater supporter or not. Heathmont and Mitcham. Mitcham led by 14 points at the quarter-time break, but now they only lead by 1 point. Mitcham 5-5-35 to Heathmont 5-4-34, so only 1 point is the margin there. And out at Quamby Reserve. North Ringwood have made a bit of a comeback in that term. North Ringwood 5-8-38, lead Ringwood 4-5-29. The Redbacks led by 12 points at quarter time, but North Ringwood have been able to climb their way back up. In another division, in some Division 1 scores now, just got one through from Blackburn, and it is Blackburn 3-8-26, and they are trailing Balwyn 9-4-58, a 32-point lead to Balwyn, so they're starting to do some nice work there. And out at East Burwood, it is East Burwood 5-6-36 to East Ringwood 4-4-28. So good stuff there from East Burwood. And just getting the scores all just coming through sporadically at the moment. Sylvan and Surrey Park. Listen to this one. Sylvan are 5-6-36. Surrey Park are in front 6-4-40. A 4-point margin at half time. Very interesting. But the problem with Surrey Park is that they haven't been able to go on and do 4 quarters. So interesting to see if they can do that one. And of course in Division 2, Bayswater 4-4-28 to Roeville 8-9-57. In the game between Baronia and the White Horse Pioneers, Baronia 4 goals 13-37 to the White Horse Pioneers 3 goals 5-23. So Baronia, inaccurate kicking in front of goal at the moment, is not doing their chances any harm. They lead by 14 points over the White Horse Pioneers. I'll just repeat the scores that we've got so far. Blackburn 3-8-26 to Balwyn 9-4-58. So the Tigers certainly in front there. East Burwood 5-6-36, leading East Ringwood 4-4-28. In Division 2, Doncaster East 7-4-46 to the Waverley Blues 4-10-24. Here in our radio game, it's Mooroolbark 7-9-51 to Montrose 4-2-26. Mulgrave 7-5-47 to Doncaster 2-1-13. And Roeville 8-9-57 to Bayswater 4-4-28. Let's have a look at this one. This is a big surprise. Wantenna South 10-7-67 to Templestowe 3-4-22. At half-time, it's the Devils by 45 points. We're finding out a lot about the Devils today, gents, and there could be the real deal. And in the final Division 2 score, we've just had that one through, Donvale 5-4-34 hold a 12-point lead over Upper Ferntree Gully at the moment, 3-4-22. We might take our final break here on EFL Game Day at halftime. Montrose are back out on the ground. Mooroolbark will be out soon. Umpires are out on the ground as well. So let's head back and take our first break here on EFL Game Day. It's all thanks to Powerade. Powerade Isotonic, the official drink of the Eastern Football League. Stay tuned to EFL Game Day. More after this right here on EFL Game Day.
This is the place on your dial for a listening smile. This is the spot for music that's bright and news that's right. So stay right here, you found the right place.
Radio East. In fact, right now we'll have Damien Watson with an update of the AFL. You heard from Damien about 5 minutes ago, but here he is again.
Thanks very much, Pete. Just a couple more AFL updates for you. The big match at Etihad Stadium this afternoon is between Melbourne and the Fremantle Dockers, and the Demons still hold a slender 7-point lead over Freo, 8-6-54 to 7-5-47, and we're currently 6 minutes into the third term. And in the other match, we've reached half-time at AB Stadium in Adelaide, and it is the hosts, Port Adelaide, leading Essendon by 2 points, so quite a surprising result there, 8-6-54 to 8-4-52. Matthew Broadbent has 17 disposals for Port Adelaide, and the other leading possession getter on the ground is David Myers, who has accumulated 17 disposals. Justin Westhoff is the leading goal kicker on the ground for the Power with 3 majors.
Thanks, Damien. Radio Eastern, sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. It sounds like you need medical assistance, and urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you won't have to wait. And they're Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333, 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care. Your health, your destiny.
20% makes a lot of difference. Imagine your team kicking 20% less goals and being 20% behind on the scoreboard. Actually, it's not. Now, imagine using a Breeze tag account on Eastlink and getting a 20% discount on all weekend car trips. No need to imagine, it's for real. Open your account online at eastlink.com.au and get 20% off car trips all weekend, every weekend on Eastlink. Now, let's give my mate Ross 20% more stick for being 4 goals behind. Hey, Roscoe! Eastlink, it's time better spent, like at the footy.
Program sponsor. In desperate need of some windows but your budget's too tight? Never fear, because the team at T&B Window Warehouse has the right solution for you. We have surplus windows to suit the needs of any budget. We're located at 120 to 124 Bayfield Road East, Bayswater North. Give us a call, 8727 7506. That's 8727 7506. T&B Window Warehouse. Don't forget the name, part of the EAL and AW Transport Group. Number 1 in window transport. Program sponsor.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Almost 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. Now the ball's down in the Montrose forward line. Fisted away that time by Charge. They're trying to clear the ball out at the bottom of the pack. Was Goodman. They're going to have a free kick, or it was Stephen, in fact. So the umpire's going to bounce it 35 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals. From the Montrose goals. Is that correct, Dyson Baker?
That is correct, Montrose. Just look for the key forward, you'll be right.
25 minutes gone. 25 points is the difference here in the third term. Ball's been fisted out. It's across the half-forward line now for the Mustangs. Linford put his body on the line. Kick inside now for the Demons. Goes up towards the Shivers direction. Bangs it back out towards Linford. Good mark in the centre of the ground. Wants to wind around now on the left boot. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Went towards no man's landing. Position A was Langdon. Almost took the mark. It was chopped away from him. Kick up towards the Talefsky direction. He's got the front spot, the big kid. And he comes out and takes a mark about 35 metres out from goal. And what an important one this would be. Only 2 minutes into this third term. It'll be a handy lead for them.
Yeah, certainly. And Matt Wright, he appears to be on Talefsky now in this quarter, but showed a bit of pace there, Talefsky, getting off the mark very quick and a nice, easy mark.
Kicked 1 goal late in the second term after 3 misses. So he'll be looking to put his second on the board.
Missed the first 2 to the right-hand side.
Create a little handy buffer for the Mustangs early in this third term. Talefsky comes in and puts it straight through the middle, and he's pretty excited about it too, the big kid. That's his second. That's Mooroolbark's 8th. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they move to 8 goals, 9-57. 31-point lead now over Montrose, 4-26. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Braden Ingram.
Thanks, BWS. Conditions completely different in the second half to what they were in the first half. It's lightened up quite a lot out here. No rain. Rain looks to have disappeared for quite some time. We hopefully will be right for the second half in terms of the conditions.
And that demented umbrella of yours has been put away too. Dyson Baker, take us away.
Poor form once again worked into the contest, and Montrose give away another free kick in the centre of the ground. Charge inside forward 50. Couldn't quite find Linford. Got caught 3 deep. Nothing presenting. Roach tapped it down. Couldn't find a teammate on that occasion. Montrose will hold it up right on the 50-metre arc. 3 minutes gone. Third term here on EFL Game Day. Thanks to Powerade Isotonic, the official sports drink of the Eastern Football League. It is scientifically proven to help your performance right throughout this contest. Mooroolbark and Montrose trying to tap it forward once again was Linford on that occasion. Nothing presenting once again. And the ball's held up.
Just quickly, some Division 1 scores. Lilydale by 23 points over South Croydon. Bolwyn by 32 over Blackburn. Norwood by 14 over Knox. East Burwood by 8 over East Ringwood. Scoresby by 14 over Noble Park. And Vermont by 31 over Croydon. Donny East by 22 over the Waverley Blues. Donvale by 12 over Upper Fentry Gully. Mulgrave by 34 over Doncaster. And Rowville by 29 over Bayswater.
Free kick played to Montrose, and they get the kick out to Ben Anand. Up towards centre wing. Finds his target low was Beninga. True centre wing, commentary side. Looks to switch play. Got plenty of options. Decides to go
Beautiful.
Johnson out on a lead. And marks on that occasion. It's in a half forward. Inside forward 50. Shilling direction, but cutting across in front. Marking.
Oh, that's 25. Got to be.
Definite 25. Just remonstrating straight after the mark.
Dean Stephen.
And Dean Stephen will line up from pretty much directly in front. 25 out. Actually, take it another 25 and it'll be right from the goal line. So Mooroolbark giving away 2 25-metre penalties, and Dean Stephen a sure goal here, lining up from directly in front, right on the goal line.
And that's just typical Montrose play, though. That switch of play, that's what they do best. And with these conditions drying up a little, well, not drying up, but the rain stopped. That's going to be the key in the second half for them.
Dean Stephen puts his first through for the day, and a very handy goal for the Montrose Football Club. They move on to 5-2-32. Mooroolbark 8-9-57. 5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard across boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Boys, what have you got for us?
Thanks, Dyson. The Mooroolbark coaching team not happy with that 50-metre penalty, or that ultimate 50-metre penalty in the end. Want to pull someone off after that, not happy at all, and do not want to see any more of that this afternoon.
Thank you very much to the boys down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care this afternoon. Some choose tap stats. Thank you, Will Taylor.
Yeah, the marks inside forward 50 at the moment, 1-0 in favour of Mooroolbark. Inside forward 50, 2-1 in favour of Montrose.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. The margin out here is 25 points. 5.5 minutes gone in the third term. EFL Match of the Day brought to you by Powerade Isotonic. It's delicious. Ball's been bounced, and we're going to have a free kick being played to Mooroolbark in the centre. And they'll look to reload. The kick goes inside forward 50 by McManus. He's not going to find a target. Linford over the back of the pack. He's going to be the first to meet it. Quickly tackled there by Anand. The ball hits the deck. The umpire's going to come in and pay a high tackle. So a free kick's going to go to Talevsky. He was the third player into the contest. He got down low, received the free kick, and he fancies himself here too, Talevsky. Wants to wind around now. He might seal the dummy on. He got absolutely crunched. That is holding the ball, and that has definitely fired up the Montrose fans out there in the forward pocket. So Talevsky playing a little bit of funny buggers against Weatherly, but the ball's going to be coming back. So 25 points is the margin out here. 6.5 minutes gone in the third term. Short passes on. Linford's going to cut across and take this. He's got it on the 50-metre line. He's got players in short in Martin. He's going to elect to go long himself. So he might fancy himself. He's been terrific already in the first half, Linford. He's going to go for the short option. Running down the ground was Giorgio. Thumping kick is Trent Giorgio, and he's got it about 55 metres out from goal, and he looks pretty confident, Jeff Manalitza, to put this one through.
Yeah, Giorgio, this is going to be a tough kick, though, for him in these conditions.
Yet to kick one this afternoon.
So Giorgio from 55 metres kicks it to the top of the square. It was a good kick too, and has pushed it to the left-hand side. It actually travelled further than what I thought it was going to. Out of bounds on the full is the result. It'll be Watson to bring it back in for Montrose, deep in that left forward pocket. Rain's disappeared. The sky's clearing up. It's working out well out here this afternoon. Food aplenty arriving in the caravan. We never complain about that. The ball goes out towards the right direction. Got two handles on it. Then went after it again. He was quickly gang tackled there by McManus. Quick kick around the corner. Luxor Fortune falls into the arms of Montrose into the middle of the ground. Now they charge. Coming out there and putting his body on the line nicely there was Sean McManus. Stayed down low. Got support from Alex Wadsworth, and we'll have a ball up about 65 metres out from goal. Mooroolbark's end. The guys are completely distracted here in the caravan.
All focused, 100%.
Ball's going to be balled up now across the wing position on the outer side of the ground. Hayning fisted it towards the boundary line, went straight into the arms of Polkinghorn. Wadsworth was in there, goes backwards to go forwards, kick up towards the half forward line. Roach is behind. Nearly got in the back. It'll be a free kick to the right or an end. It'll be Langdon actually. He's going to have the ball across the half back line. He's got players running for him. He had Gardel across centre half back. Wanted to go wider. Kick up towards the centre wing position. Charging through was Armstrong. Couldn't link up his handball at the bottom of the pack. Sam Goodman for Montrose holds the ball in. So it's about 75 metres out from the Montrose's goal. It's just ahead for them. Down that time by charge, went towards the boundary line. Michael Smith, who's been super all day, got the handball over, put his team under a bit of pressure. James McManus squeezes a kick, gained about 25 metres. They're still keeping the ball alive, the Mustangs, but so too are Montrose. Smith is in there again, gang tackle. The umpire's got to come in and restart this. We've got to loosen this game up. 9 minutes gone here in the third term. As I've said, it's only 25 points. The difference hasn't been a score for about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's hope that Dyson Baker, taking us away, can create some spark.
I reckon I had about 5 of the first 6 goals, so hopefully we can find something in this game as Mooroolbark try to push it forward through a series of handballs. Kick comes up towards centre wing. Linford had front position but was smothered at the last minute. Still have the numbers. Charge just picks it up and runs the big man inside forward 50. Kick was ordinary. Out in front of Newman. He hasn't seen much of it this afternoon, but in the end kicks it out of bounds on the full, and after a reasonably good lead up and couldn't quite make the most of it.
I think he hit my car.
Baronia by 14 points over the Whitehorse Pioneers. Mitcham by 1 over Heathmont. Warrandyte only by 7 against Coldstream. Wanturna South by 45 points over Templestowe. Glen Waverley Hawks by 31 over Churnside Park, and North Ringwood by 19 over Ringwood.
Right, got it away, but put Weatherly under a lot of pressure, and in the end he managed to get the free kick. Wiley came over the top of him and just stuck the arm over the top of the shoulder. So chance now in dangerous position for Montrose as they try and clear it off half back. Tackled on that occasion was Sam Goodman. And the ball's been taken over right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which reads 8-9-57. Mooroolbark-Montrose 5-2-32, 10 minutes gone.
Virgin Gully Eagles by 46 points over Canterbury. Forest Hill and Park Orchards dead even. The Basin by 27 points over Kilsyth. Surrey Park by 4 points over Sylvan. And South Belgrade by 23 over Nunawading.
Holy dooly, there's plenty of good results happening, isn't there?
If Peter Baird's listening, I'd love to say that he actually touted them as the third premiership favourite in Division 4, and now they're just about to be the side for Surrey Park to break their drought against. But Weatherly has it on half back for Montrose. Just summing up his options. Pretty much everything down the outer wing. Decides to go that way now and charge. I tell you what, and Maddie forward.
Wadsworth.
There was a 4 in there somewhere. Ended up being 44, so Wadsworth decides to go back inside forward 50 for his side, the Mustangs. Good work at the front of the pack was Goodman for Montrose. Just holds it up across half back, and we'll have another ball up. This game's just gone stagnant in the last probably 5 or so minutes as we tick over 11 minutes in this term.
Mooroolbark won't be unhappy with that. They hold that 4-goal lead, so any time wasted is good time.
Exactly. Ball thrown up once again, tapped away by Goodman on this occasion. Handball wasn't quite there, and the free kick's been won by Mooroolbark. They go back to go forward. The man that got the handball was Dent. Just put himself under a little bit of pressure, but they get out of jail on this occasion. Mooroolbark trying to push it forward. Nothing presenting out the front of Polkinghorne. Kicked a goal on this occasion as Dimitri who comes on for Alistair Wiley.
Yeah, Ben, you had a good point there. The congestion around the football at the moment is just what Mooroolbark wants, and Montrose just have to find a way of just opening the game up a bit. 4 goals down at the moment, and they really need to find a bit of run and a bit of space.
Some choose tap match thanks to Will Taylor.
Yeah, at the moment they hit out 7-3 in favour of Mooroolbark.
I should say choose tap match stats thanks to Yarra Valley Water. Boys, start thinking of your Narellan Pools Player of the Day, of course. Our Narellan Pools Player of the Day wins a $100 Visa gift voucher, and also the Trojan Workhorse of the afternoon.
Good toolbox.
12 minutes gone. Wiley was pushed out. Wiley was pushed out on that occasion. Roach was pushed out on that occasion and wins the free kick about 60 metres out from his goal. He's got plenty of players streaming inside forward 50, streaming out of his kid. The big kid just got caught up 3 deep and couldn't quite take the mark on that occasion. Coming across was Matty Langdon.
It's been doing okay, Jess.
Yeah, it certainly has.
Langdon short to Johnson, too short, puts him under a lot of pressure, just snaps it around the body. Really dangerous position here. Gardell gives it away on that occasion, and Linford under a lot of pressure, got away from about 6 players.
How to get out
got
of
his
that?
handball away. Chance now for Montrose. They've got the numbers behind play. If they can just get the clearing handball, they can't on this occasion. But they've won the free kick through Josh Scott. And Scott on centre wing kicks right into the centre of the ground. This is where their last goal came from. As Weatherly lines up in the centre of the ground, summing up his options. It went nowhere. And the player will lead for the race in Edwards. Under a lot of pressure, just trying to look for a handball. Schilling in there as well. Mooroolbark have the numbers and they have a chance to clear now. Centre wing out of side, plenty of play here for the Mustangs as the kick comes inside forward 50. 2-on-1 and the 2 looks like it's going to win out here for Montrose. Gardell will be the man to pick it up. Coming in across the back of the pack there was Wiley. Ball's just held up. Still trying to push it out on that occasion was Gardell off half back. Looks like Johnson on the outer side to take it over the boundary line right in front of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which reads 8-9-57 Mooroolbark, 5-2-32 Montrose. 40 minutes gone, third term.
So the umpire to bring it in now. 14 minutes gone in this third term. Montrose need the next 1 or 2 before three-quarter time to have any sniff in this match. It's created a bit of a stranglehold in this first or 10 minutes or so of this third term. No one giving an inch. And Mooroolbark enjoying that fact too, because they're the ones that hold the lead. 8-9-57, 17 scoring shots to 7. They deserve to be in front, and they are. The margin is 25 points, and quick scoring can do anything, especially when you're at the top of the ladder in Division 2. Going in pretty hard and receiving a free kick was Dent from Mooroolbark. Copped one over the shoulder, so he's got it about 75 metres out from goal. He'll wait for the lead from Teleski. The lead comes on now. Is a good lead too. Can he get down low enough? The ball beats him. Picked up there by Gardle. Put his teammate under pressure in Edwards. But he snapped around the body, found Weatherly. He's been creating a bit of space out on that far side of the ground today. He's been very serviceable for the Demons. Wants to go inboard now. That was cute. Found Rickard. Waiting for players to make position. Pack following the ball this afternoon. It's what you usually expect in tough conditions. Ball goes up towards the half-forward line, hits the deck. It might be another free kick to Dent. He's been getting down low and he's been receiving them. First in, best dressed. That's the motto of the day. Earn your free kick, earn your possession. So Dent will have it across half-back. Goes now on the left boot. They've got a lot of left footers. The Mooroolbark Football Club finds Roach in the middle of the ground.
Doing well, Roach.
Had front spot that time, then goes for the longer option, 2-on-1 Talevski. Has to stand strong, and what a great mark. Good jukes to Kadir Kalefsi. I think I actually stuffed that one up, Talevski. So got a little bit excited there.
Mixed your vowels and your consonants all over the place.
So the big kitty is a terrific bloke, and he's kicked a lot of goals already this year. He missed his first couple, but he's been kicking straight ever since. So this will make it 3-3 if he can put this one through. It's a vital kick for his side. It'll take them to 31 points up, and nearly that's one of the first of several nails in the coffins if they can get on a run from this position. 16 minutes gone. Talevski, 45 metres out. He practices this every week, and he's pushed this to the right-hand side. So one behind is the result. That's his fourth. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Mooroolbark moved to 8 goals, 10-58, 26 points ahead of Montrose, 5-2-32, with Kide Talevski having that shot.
Unbelievably, only the third scoring shot this quarter. 1-1 to Mooroolbark this quarter, to Montrose, one straight goal.
So all I need to do is outscore him for the rest of the afternoon. Kick came out, nothing presenting as Goodman dropped the mark. Still a chance to try and push it forward. Gardle's been in there. He's been fantastic so far in the second half. Just trying to work it out. Mooroolbark on this occasion, managing to get out of the pack and kick towards goal was Polkinghorn, but he's hit the woodwork and through for one behind. Polkinghorn has 1 goal, 1 now, and it moves his side on to 8 goals, 11-59. Montrose 5-2-32 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've played 17 minutes.
About 12 minutes to go or so in this third quarter. Montrose need a couple of goals. Haining put himself in the front position. He's going to win a push in the back. Centre half back is the position. Got players running, and the kick goes out wide towards the broadcast position, but chopping off and taking a good mark was Lee Thompson. Put himself in the hole, earned the kick, goes inside 50. Roach is there. He had front spot. Linford at ground level comes in. That was okay, picked up there by Anand. Handball towards the boundary line, looking for Langdon. He sees it over, and we'll have a boundary throw in about 50 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals.
Just in the last couple of minutes, you see Polkinghorn having a shot for goal. He's been really impressive today, and Roach providing a really good target at the centre half forward.
Haining had the front spot. He got the knockout.
Boundary.
He fisted it towards the Mooroolbark end, probably 5 metres further on, so we'll have a boundary throw in about 45 metres out from goal. Let's go down to Braden Ingram, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Thanks, BWS. In the pre-match, you guys spoke about this sort of conditions would help Mooroolbark today, and they certainly have. The stoppages, they seem to be just getting the ball in the boot, whereas Montrose trying to be cute, and it's costing them at the moment.
Then a free kick has cost them a shot at goal. It will be Roach to have the shot. About 45 metres out.
Also has a couple of behinds this afternoon as well.
Some of his shots have just been beyond his range. He hasn't been too confident having a shot for it. This time he's going to go for the percentage kick to the top of the goal square. Who's going to have position A at the fall of the ball. Talevski's in there. He picks it up, tries to break 3 tackles, gets the handball out to Cossigan. He was quickly met. In there at ground level is Brendan Gardle, and we'll have another ball up about 25 metres out. It's now moved to directly in front of the Mooroolbark goals. Montrose will be looking to clear this one. They currently trail by 27 points. They desperately need the next goal. Goodman came in. He put the handball out, tried to get it out of the danger zone. Charging in there was Tippett for Montrose. Tried to win the possession. In there's Johnson and Weatherly. They're going to have another bounce. Mooroolbark players screaming for holding the ball. Umpire's not going to ping Jaden Weatherly in that position. 30 metres out from goal, Mooroolbark. 19 minutes, third term, 27 points the difference. Wadsworth got a big fist on that one. Went straight into the arms of Jai Goodman though. He tried to clear it. Quick kick towards the goals, goes out of bounds on the full. So it'll be Montrose to rebound from the back pocket. 8-11-59. Mooroolbark 27 points ahead of Montrose 5-2-32.
Need something clean here, do Montrose. They must score within just as we go towards time on. Nothing presenting on that occasion, but they managed to work it out through Gardol. Kicks up towards centre wing. First man there was Schilling. Did enough to compete, but unfortunately numbers win out. And Mooroolbark take the ball away. Short chip kick. Manages to find its target in Thompson. Right in the centre of the ground. Bathed in sunshine now, Mooroolbark Heights Reserve as they move forward to Mooroolbark.
Beautiful.
Yeah. They found Scotty Dim, who is pretty much 60 metres out from goal. Looking for his target and the kid. Now he puts his lead on. Decides to go short, probably a little bit too far for him. The big kid's taken out a water boy, but he's managed to kick it inside into the hot spot, right in front of goal. Montrose have the numbers there, but a free kick's been given away. So a get out of jail free card played there for Montrose. Mooroolbark just not clean enough on that occasion, and it'll be Garrity to take it away. Short chip kick. Dangerous position once again. Montrose just not finding any clean possession. Gardol gets his handball away, but that's not clean either, and it goes out of bounds in front of Luke Edwards.
And no more evident than just that play there where Montrose, they just can't pass the midfield at the moment. They just can't push it into their forward line. I'll be interested to see, Will, the inside 50 stats.
The inside 50s at the moment. Mooroolbark 10, Montrose.
Of Mooroolbark jumpers. Look at the green going around here. Not clean enough on that occasion, West Martin, but they've got time. Charge just bustles his way through. He's been fantastic in this third term.
His mobility.
Still trying to push it up. We saw that centre clearance before that led to a goal, but he's shown it again.
Lingford had his head taken off then.
Right at the bottom of the contest, as we've seen all day, Cam Linford. Bolt head exactly like Jeff Manalitza in the commentary box. Fantastic work up the bottom of the pack. Couldn't quite find a target on that occasion with Stephen seized over the bounds line out of bounds.
Free kick here to Montrose.
Watson.
So it'll be a free kick on the way of Mark Watson. Halfback right in front of the club rooms here at Mooroolbark Heights Reserve. Short chip kick was cut off on that occasion by Cam Linford. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard it is 8-11-59, Mooroolbark 5-2-32, Montrose 21 minutes gone, or 22 minutes gone in this third term EFL game day.
Half-time scores Lilydale by 23 points over South Croydon, Baldwin by 32 over Blackburn, Norwood by 14 over Knox, East Burwood by 8 over East Ringwood, Scoresby by 14 over Noble Park, and Vermont by 31 over Croydon.
Ball's on the wing position. Johnson went for the fly charge, came over the top. He then tried to break two tackles. Charging in through was Watson for Montrose. He might win a free kick. He does. Shivers had his measure, but Watson wins the free. Centre wing position. Montrose, they need the next goal. 27 points down, third quarter. We've gone 22 and a half minutes now. Watson goes for a half barrel, kicks it up towards the half forward line. The kick didn't pay off though. Johnson was front and centre. That was good play. Gave the handball across there to right, and he was crunched in a tackle, and he's going to win it across the half forward line. Johnson's on for the run. If he wants him, he's going to use him now. Johnson on the left boot goes up towards the Schilling direction over the top of his head that time. Who's going to win it at ground level? Beninga's down the outside looking for the handball. Schilling still trying to trap it. Wrapping them up there is Thompson from Mooroolbark. The umpire, good play, lets it go. The back pocket, Mooroolbark. They're going to squeeze a kick out towards the half back line. Goodman had position A. It went over the top. It goes to Tippett now. He's going to have to use his left boot. Did well too. Kicked it to the top of the goal square or nearabouts. It comes down now. Goodman's in there. Dent needs to get down low. He needs to trap the ball. That was good play. And Sean McManus just tried to rush the ball through. And he had a little bit of support there by by Giorgio. And the ball's rushed through for one behind. So hot footy in the last moment or so for Montrose. They're trying to squeeze that goal in. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they're still trailing by 26 points. But Schilling from 40 metres kicks it to the top of the square from the kick in. At the bottom of the pack, Giorgio got a little toe poker on it. He was looking out there for Thompson. He was in there, got down low, wrapped his opponent up in a tackle. And the umpire's going to come in and bounce it 25 metres out from the Montrose goals. 26 points of margin, 24 minutes gone in this third term Division 2 match of the day, brought to you by Powerade Isotonic. It's absolutely delicious. You've got to try it. The umpire balls it in. Beninga took it straight out. He had the run of Steve, and if he's in there, Goodman trying to win a free kick. He nearly got copped high too. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it. This is really tough and rugged stuff. Third term and a short quarter two. Only 24 minutes here, and a very handy one. Well played by the Mooroolbark Football Club. They held their lead in that third term, and on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they moved to 8 goals, 11 11.59. It's 26 points the margin out here at Heights Reserve, and they may be able to run away with it too. Will they? We'll find out here after the break. As you go local for your football, Ben Waterworth will be bringing you all the scores from Divisions 4, 3, 2 and 1 right after this on 98.1 Radio Eastern, and of course streaming on the website efl.org.au. We'll be back in a moment.
Radio Eastern 98.1. And here's Damien Watson with you right now with some updated scores.
Thanks very much, Peter. Just quickly, some of the AFL scores going around this afternoon. The big match at Etihad Stadium between Melbourne and Fremantle has eventuated into quite a tough contest there at Etihad Stadium. The Demons hold a slender 7-point lead at three-quarter time over the Fremantle Dockers. The scores there, the Demons 12-7-79. Leading Freo 11-6-72, and we're currently at the 8-minute mark of the third term in the big match at Amy Stadium in Adelaide between Port Adelaide and Essendon, and the hosts still lead narrowly. The Power 9-8-62 leading the Bombers 9-4-58 by just 4 points.
Thanks very much, Damien. And our sponsors, we're pleased to tell you about our sponsors. Sudden fever, aching body, sore throat, chills, nausea, headache, dizziness. It sounds like you need medical assistance urgently. It's difficult getting an immediate appointment with your GP when you need care fast. So come to Ikira Urgent Care, where you don't need an appointment and you won't have to wait. They're Australia's first walk-in medical and emergency clinic. Walk in at 157 Scoresby Road, Baronia, or call us on 9839 3333. 9839 3333. Ikira Urgent Care, your health and your destiny. Damien, what do you think of this match between Mooroolbark and Montrose?
I think Mooroolbark have done well. They've shown to be quite a contender in Division 2 this year. They've had a lot of raps on them, and if they win today, they'll certainly live up to their expectations.
That's great. And you're listening to Radio Eastern 98.1.
EFL Saturday Game Day continues. Let's head back and go local for your footy.
Yes, it is three-quarter time here at Mooroolbark Heights Reserve, and it is the Mustangs doing some fantastic work. 8-11-59 to Montrose, 5-3-33, 19 scoring shots to 8, so you never know. Mooroolbark probably could have been a lot further in front. It's going to be hard for Montrose to come back from here, considering the condition of the ground. At the moment, it'll be tough for Montrose to get up, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We are well ahead of any other EFL game by quite some margin. It is 8 minutes to 4. We've got the three-quarter time break. Normally it's about 10 past 4. You've got the three-quarter time break. So we're about 20 minutes in front of all other games around the EFL. So what we might do is, while we are waiting for some scores to come through, we do have Peter Baird is tweeting out there at Noble Park and Scoresby, and he's telling us that Scoresby are skipping away. They lead Noble Park by 28 points, so a bit of an upset possibly brewing on the cards out there. Let's head, though, right now to Will Taylor with some stats that matter, all thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, let's have a look at it. And Mooroolbark absolutely dominant again in that third term. Mart's inside forward 53 to zip in that term to lead this one 7-3. The clearances are 9-7 favour Mooroolbark. So that was the centre clearances that are 3-1 in that term to make it into that one 11-7 in that centre in the clearances for Mooroolbark to 32-23 overall. The hit outs 12-10 in that turn to make it 42-25 in favour of Mooroolbark. The free kick count 28-21 in favour of Montrose. In that term 15-8 in favour of Montrose. The inside forward 50s 31-18 in favour of Mooroolbark, including a 10-4 in that term. And the tackle count 57 apiece, 19-9 in that turn by Mooroolbark. And the points of turnovers 8-1 in that turn to make it 26-13 in favour of Mooroolbark.
Good on you, Will Taylor. Some Choose Tap match stats there. Yarra Valley Water, great sponsor of the EFL. Be smart, choose Tap. Geez, this is the quickest turnover I've ever seen. Montrose are already broken out of their huddle. They're heading back towards the middle. Brett Fisher still has his troops there for Mooroolbark. No scores come through as of yet. So, Dyson, what do you think Brett Johnson would have said to his troops just then? They're in an interesting position. They're only about 4 goals down, but considering the conditions, it's going to be hard for them to get back. What do you think's the main message for them?
For mine, I think the only goal we saw from them in that third term was really pivotal of exactly what they want to do, and that's to just slow the play up, use that switch beautifully. We saw Johnson have the leading kick towards full forward, and they managed to score off that. That's exactly what they've got to do. The conditions aren't conducive to that, so they've got to try and work something else out. I think this is where guys like Stephen really come to the fore. As well as him, Sam Rickard as well. They've both got goals themselves, but I think they become brutally important because Shilling just can't really find form this afternoon. I think it's those 2 small forwards that are really going to make the difference.
Certainly he was brewing for a fantastic final term. Hopefully the Mooroolbark side can, hopefully Montrose can mount a bit of a comeback. Let's head boundary side. Thanks to Akira, urgent care to Braden Ingram and to Daniel Century to hear what the coaches had to say at 3/4 time.
Thank you, Ben Warburth. The Mooroolbark team pretty happy at 3/4 time to be up by 26 points, looking pretty good. Key messages were that the first 10 minutes were vital, needed to go hard, needed to kick that first goal, and they needed to continue to control the centre corridor like they have today. And also just the pressure, tackles and smarts are key. They've been there all day and they just need to continue it for this last quarter and they'll get home.
And Daniel Sensick?
Yeah, look, there were a few words between the umpire and the Montrose trainer then saying when the trainer tripped over, it should have been a free kick to Mooroolbark. But anyway, Brett Johnson told the backs to really run hard this quarter, really put pressure on those Mooroolbark forwards, and to get Watson as a +1 at the contest. That extra man is vital in these close contests, and a couple of quick goals, really get a run on and cut out the silly free kicks.
We hope for the closeness of this game that the Montrose boys can get right back into it. It doesn't help when Charge got the tap down, couldn't quite find a teammate, and the ball's held up. You're listening to EFL Game Day here on 98.1 and streaming live on www.efl.org.au. Twitter at FootyEFL or at the First Bounce. You gotta love that Twitter handle. Also Facebook.com Eastern Football League. Today's game brought to you by Powerade Isotonic. As Mooroolbark try to go forward once again, Roach the man in there holding his tackle. He's had a very good second half, Jeff Manalitza.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, the key for Montrose this quarter is that they've got to get the first goal. They've got to get the first one on the board and get a bit of momentum.
Ball thrown up. Roach tapped down on this occasion. Montrose try to get the clearing kick smothered on that occasion. Held up. And they just slowly trying to get game possession here, Montrose. Linford picks up. Decides to go inside forward 50 to Lefsey direction. Cut off on that occasion by Josh Scott. Haven't seen much of him this afternoon, but what he's done, it's been very, very good. Kicks out towards centre wing. Kick wasn't that flash to where the lead couldn't quite take the mark, and chance now 3-on-2. They try and work it out. Montrose, they have the numbers as reinforcements come, but quite happy just to hold it on centre wing.
Disappointing there. They had a couple of loose players, Montrose, to get it out of their back line. Failed to find the target, and they find themselves in another contested situation.
Great tackle by Shippers.
It's Matty Langdon that walks off the bottom of that pack on that occasion. Good work off the back of the pack. Stephen to just be front and centre at the bottom of the contest, but the big man who just moves like...
Charge through.
He's beautiful. It's good work there, Ben Warren Smith. Or was it James Charge? I reckon he's never heard that one before. So, ball thrown up. About 60 metres round from the Mooroolbark goal. Montrose must score probably in the next 5 or so minutes just to mount an attack here.
Been short quarters all afternoon.
Last quarter only going about 24 minutes. As Ben Waterworth said, we're probably about 20 minutes ahead of every other game in the Eastern Football League at the moment.
It is 3 minutes to 4 o'clock, and we're going to finish at 4:25 today. It's ridiculous.
After being deprived earlier in the piece, the boundary riders, they're going to have their work cut out for them after the game.
Love it. If you want to hear our urgent care boundary riders, you'll get a chance to after about 4:25, because they'll be all over us. And your man of the afternoon, Ben Warren Smith, James Charge, has won another mark here on centre wing. Looks to go inside forward 50, decides to go with a short chip kick. Nothing really presenting, and the man in front on that occasion was Garthwaite. He couldn't mark. Charge kicks in towards forward 50. And once again, the Montrose defence holding up well. They can't quite get it past half forward, but they're managing to hold up fort. They just try and do it now on this occasion, looking for Gardall. Had 3 to beat, couldn't quite do it on that occasion. Still numbers with Montrose. True centre wing out of side. Caught at the bottom of the pack on that occasion was McManus. They try to get it forward through Weatherly. Inside forward 50 for pretty much the first time in a quarter and a half. Johnson gets his handball off, bouncing ball up towards the Schilling direction. Boundary line wins out, and that's probably a win for both sides on this occasion. Schilling probably wasn't going to outrun on that occasion. It was McManus.
Yeah. McManus and Giorgio have been super up
say, done a fantastic job. Yeah, given no space at all.
Got our first three-quarter time score through, gents. Mulgrave 12-6-78, lead Doncaster 7-4-46. I reckon they're home.
Hey, look at the smile. Montrose off the bottom of the pack, set it towards goal, and through for one behind. So the first score on the board from Montrose since the 17-minute mark of the third term. That's a behind. There is their 12th behind. Their fourth behind, I should say. 5-4-34, trailing 8-11-59 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 4 minutes gone, final term.
Will Taylor, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Yeah, at the moment, tackle count 5-2 in favour of Mooroolbark, and at the moment possessions 8-7 in favour of Mooroolbark.
The kick came out from Mooroolbark, it went over the back of the pack, and then Smith picked it up and then kicked it a valuable 20 metres along the boundary line. It's going to be balled in right in front of us here, broadcast position. Boundary line just beat Scotty Demetrio. So the umpire's going to ball it in. Roach is going to take the contest. He worked his way to the front. That was good play. Polkinghorn was the target, but coming through was Johnson from Montrose. Little kick off the ground that time by Cook. Hasn't he been very quiet this afternoon? It goes into the middle of the ground. Smith, who's been super, bangs it on his boot up towards the half-forward line. Langdon was there. Couldn't quite trap it for Montrose. Mooroolbark still working the ball forward through charge. Tried to find Langdon out the side. Stephen got down low and will have a ball up about 55 metres out from goal. So Mooroolbark's end.
I'll tell you what, we said Cam Linford was the player of the first half. A few players from Mooroolbark and Montrose have opened up this Narellan Pools player of the day.
Charge went up against Watson that time, gave away a lot of height advantage, did Watson. The ball goes a further 20 metres up towards the Mooroolbark 25-metre zone. Not going anywhere because Brendan Gardle has his opponent wrapped up. So another stoppage, another ball up, 25 metres out from goal. You'd think the next goal for Mooroolbark might just shut the gate here if they can manufacture one. The fist went over the top. Montrose are going to clear this time. Weatherly had position A right on his hammer out there is Gale. Put himself on the line. Got it out towards Mullet. Tried to break one. Tackle did. Snapped it around the body. That was good enough play. It might just stay in two and bounce over the boundary line out of bounds. It does now. The line beat Brendan Gardle 45 metres out from goal. Jeff Manalitza.
Yeah, look, we shouldn't underestimate if Mooroolbark get up today. Confidence going into finals as well, having beaten Roval a few weeks ago and now doing the job over Montrose.
Haining versus Charge. Charge worked his way to the front. The ball comes to the back of the pack and their little grubbing kick about 25 metres out from goal. Getting down low was Luke Armstrong trying to win a free kick. The umpire didn't want a bar of it and will have a ball up about 40 metres out directly in front from the Mustangs goals. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they lead by 25 points, 8-11-59, plays 5-4-32. A ball came down to Langdon from the throw-up. We might have another stoppage here, about 12 players around the pack. Swings out now. Can anyone get a boot to ball? They can't. Little handball out by Montrose. They're just trying to work it out of the danger zone. Polkinghorn on hands and knees. That was okay. The quick kick by Linford was half smothered. It's still 55 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals. No one giving an inch here. EFL match of the day. It's first versus third. 8-11-59, 25 points, 5-4-34. Dyson Baker. This game is really heating up.
You know you're in trouble when you're Montrose and Billy Schilling stands in front, defensive side of the centre circle. He's the deepest player for Montrose outside their forward half, I should say. As Mooroolbark go inside forward 50 once again. Good punch from the back from Gardall. Manages to find his players in a bit of space. Weatherly got his handball away and they kick towards centre wing. Nothing presenting, and Roach just to boot it right back in. I think Montrose just pulling up the stops now and just trying to save this lead. Good work from Haining, held his opponent up. Yeah. Just really nothing presenting at the moment.
Very good point, Dice. Like, you've got Schilling pushing up to the centre of the ground because they just can't get it past there at the moment. So at least he's trying to present a target in the midfield. But again, another turnover in midfield and it goes straight back into the forward line for Mooroolbark.
So trying to throw it back out. Good work off the back of the pack. Demetrio got his handball off. Under a lot of pressure, Polkinghorn looking for an option, sums it up. Couldn't find Charge, too tall for him. Won't see that very often. Montrose get a bit of a run on. Got to find something quickly. Does Johnson. Goes towards the forward 50. Nothing presenting and running back with the flight of the ball with Georgiou on that occasion. Georgiou out to centre wing. 2-on-1. Muller will be the first to it. Just has plenty of time to work it out. Could go back to Georgiou or can kick right to the centre of the ground. Manages to find Smith on this occasion, I should say. Gets it off to Roach. Inside forward 50 now. to Levski. Chance now off the back of the pack, so to Armstrong. Kicks towards goal and hits the behind post, out of bounds on the full.
It's some interesting results. Donvale and Upper Ferntree Gully 7-5-47 apiece at three-quarter time. And Mulgrave 12-6-78 leading Doncaster 7-4-46. Lilydale by 32 points over South Croydon and Baldwin only by 21 points over Blackburn.
Boundary side, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, your health, your destiny. Dan Sensick.
Thank you very much, Dyson Baker. Garthwaite gets up very gingerly out of that last contest. He came off second best after that smothering effort. Great effort to commit himself to the contest, but he's very much hurt at the moment.
Did not look healthy and in the trainer's arms at the moment. Held up on centre wing. Free kick's been paid. It will go the way of Matty Garrity. He gives his handball away, wasn't clean, and puts Goodman under a lot of pressure, but they go inside forward 50.
Well done.
It'll almost be for the first time this quarter, thanks to Tuesday, Will Taylor.
That was actually their second inside forward 50.
Close enough up towards centre wing. Mooroolbark, they try and work it out. Plenty of run in the legs of Alistair Wiley. He's managed to get it up in front of himself so Linford can run onto it. He's tackled and held up 60 metres round from the Mooroolbark goal.
East Burwood 9-7-61 leading East Ringwood 5-9-39, so the Rams might get their first win in a while. Warrandyte by 21 points over Coldstream and North Ringwood by 12 points over Ringwood.
Haining over the back of the top of Roach, knocked it towards the boundary line, run over by Ben Mullett, 65 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals. We've got 9.5 minutes here in the final turn, 25 points is the difference. Let's go down to Daniel Sensick, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Thank you very much, BWS. Yeah, Garthwaite's up and walking around. He's just very, very sore after that last contest.
Haining got the knockdown once again. The ball goes up towards the Rickard direction and went straight through his legs and over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Doncaster East 10-5-65 leading the Waverley Blues 8-11-59. 6 points the margin out there at Derby.
Right in front of us here on the broadcast position. The umpire throws it in. Haining versus Ford. Haining worked it out to the front. Ford flicked it over the top of his head. It came out to Armstrong, who banged it on the boot. Kicked it inside 50, but the umpire's going to fray a free kick to Luke Edwards for Montrose. And a timely one too, because they've got the ball on the wing position. Still trailing by 25 points. They need to get a bit of a run on. They need a couple of goals quickly just to create a little bit of spark. The ball goes into the middle of the ground. Who's going to win this foot race? Demetrio was in there. So too was Langdon. The ball beats all players. Little toe poke by Roach went through the arms of Gardel. That was good play. Then he wrapped his opponent up in a tackle. Wrestling style, and the umpire's going to come in and give it a bounce.
Just interesting. We spoke about Montrose's defensive mindset. They'd all push forward, and then as soon as that ruck contest was called, they all ran straight back defensively.
Roach knocked it down. It came out to Lingford. Had to use the right boot on that occasion. Talevski was the first one to meet it. His handball went into no man's land. Lingford still in there. So too is Tippett. Charging through is Polkinghorn, and we'll have another boundary throwing or ball up on the outer side of the ground, 45 metres out from the Mooroolbark goals or thereabouts.
And that's a really good game anymore.
Well, it's a really good point.
But they're not trying to win this game anymore.
No. And the fact that they know that when the ball comes loose out of a pack, it's going to go Mooroolbark's way today.
Roach versus Haining. Smith with the third man. Got it out. Linford snapped it around the body. Went up towards half forward. Man in front's going to be paid a mark. So good bit of play there by Mooroolbark. Front spot wins the possession. Polkinghorn. He's been super today, Matty Polkinghorn. In and under. Very workmanlike.
Trojan workhorse like.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Matty Polkinghorn. Jeff Manolitza with the responsibility of picking the Trojan workhorse of the afternoon today. Kicks in towards the Demetrio and Talevski to direction, and the umpires paid it against the big kid for a bit of a push, so Montrose will be looking to clear from the half-back line. 11.5 minutes gone, 25 points the difference.
So looking to slowly clear off half-back. He's got Edwards leading wide. Decides to go to him now. He'll be under a lot of pressure by the time it falls. Couldn't quite take the mark off the back of the pack. Georgiou gets his handball away and gives it to a man under pressure. On that occasion was Martin, who sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Gentlemen, Division 3 continues to amaze me. Heathmont and Mitcham. Mitcham have kicked away. 12-8-80 Mitcham to Heathmont 7-7-49. Wanturna South 15-11-101. Templestowe 3-6-24.
Absolutely baffling scores right across the Eastern Football League, especially Division 3. Inside forward 50 once again. Couldn't quite get the kick off the bottom of the pack was Mullet. Leading in the foot race on that occasion was Gardel, just prepared to run. Look at this, 3 players changing at one time for Montrose.
Try to get a bit of extra run in the legs late in the game, but I don't think it's going to help them.
Just nothing presenting around the ball, and you've got 3 players or 6 players at the interchange bench at any one given time. It's not going to help you. Roach off the bottom of the pack, couldn't quite get a clear and kick away. Langdon's been good probably the shining light in this last quarter for Montrose off the defensive half. He's probably in the general down there.
Yeah, certainly been good all day off half back.
Sorry, Jeff. Surrey Park 9-7-61. Sylvan 7-10-52.
Oh, that one's going to go right down to the wire.
Peterbear's left Noble Park.
He's gone.
Inside forward 50. Matty Polkinghorn goes. Gardals kicks it straight back out on this occasion. Weatherly was the target. Didn't quite find him. Off the back of the pack, Matty Ford. Haven't seen much of him. His teammate in charge has been doing all the work. Montrose now a chance if they can get a clearing handball away. Couldn't quite do so on that occasion. Scott's wrapped up and held at the bottom of the pack. Centre wing commentary side, 13 minutes gone, final term. Mooroolbark 8-11-59. Montrose 5-4-34 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Time is ticking away here in the final term. Haney got the knockdown that time. They can't get the centre clearance, so in there's Weatherly at ground level, holding the ball in. James McManus, that was good play. We'll have a restart right in the middle of the ground. If you had to pick a favourable end, it was the Mooroolbark end, 10 metres inside the centre square. It's Ford versus Haining over the back of the pack. Smith tried to get it out there. Ball across the half-forward line. That was okay there by Anand to get the spoil on, but charging through, that was good play by Thompson. Got the handball away. He had the run down there of Wiley. If he can be up to the challenge, he gets down low. He wasn't the first to meet it, and we'll have a ball up. 45 metres out from goal, very close to the boundary, Ben Waterworth.
South Belgrave have kicked away against Nunawading. South Belgrave 13-14-92 to Nunawading 5-8-38.
Ball goes into the arms of Haining, and he just knocked it straight over the boundary line and out of bounds. Plenty of great games happening around the Eastern Football League today. Is there any yelp left in the Montrose side today, Jeff Manalitza?
Absolutely none.
Okay, you've heard it here first. From the bald-headed one in the middle of the ground. Montrose charge forward now at the back of the pack. That was good play by Giorgio. Used his body to his advantage. Then scooped out of nowhere by Haining. Went up across to the half-forward line. Sean McManus is going to be the first one to meet it. He probably should have gone a little bit harder at that one, but his second effort was good to hold the ball in. Wadsworth down on hands and knees. Was beaten by Weatherly. Gave the handball out wide to Garrity. He fell over, but Goodman's kick was half smothered. That was good pressure by Ford, and then he got down low and put more pressure on Ford. Good play. The ball goes right near that boundary line on the outer side. And the umpire's going to come in and pay a free kick, or he's going to bounce it, I think. So
that's typical of their afternoon.
Oh, it is. And just looking at this quarter, we're 15-minute mark at the last quarter, and we've only had 1 point scored in this quarter. Montrose way.
Wadsworth got the knockdown. It's across the half-forward line for Montrose. They just want to bang it on their boot if they can get it in there. The Mustangs aren't letting them get it out, though. Holding it in. It's still 25 points the difference here in the final term. Any more scores, Ben Waterworth?
Rowville 13-11-89, leading Bayswater 8-8-56, and Forest Hill 9-9-63. Only lead Park Orchards 8-6-54.
Haney got that knockdown, but it went straight into the arms, I think, that time of Giorgio. Will have another bounce. So any more scores coming through?
Noble Park... No, Tracy's put a pretty bad.
What is the score at Noble Park?
The score's been kicked away. I think they're about 5 goals in front. Just wait for confirmation on that.
Head down to Surrey Park, Peter Baird. You've been given the okay. The ball across the half-forward line for the Montrose Football Club. Can they hold it in there? Smith was in there. Going in also hard was Luke Edwards, trying to break a tackle. Held up 55 metres out from goal. 16 minutes gone in the final term. Still 25-point margin. That's the margin that's basically been held for most of the afternoon, hasn't it, Dice?
Yeah, it certainly has. He'd be travelling on Eastlink, wouldn't he, Peter Baird, to get from Noble Park to Surrey Park?
Oh, he certainly would be, and if he doesn't have a ticket, he'll organise one, and Goodman snaps it around the body inside forward 50. At the fall of the ball, Smith, he's been super. He's almost best on ground, unopposed. Giorgio, who's also been quite good as well, gets the handball, but tackled 45 metres out from goal. Montrose, there's still probably 12 minutes or so to go in this game. Can they get on a bit of a roll? They need a goal or two just to give themselves a bit of a sniff out of the ruck. It's being paid against Garthwaite, and it's going to go to Wadsworth. So the Mustangs will look to clear again. We've got players out wide. Polkinghorn absolutely screaming for it. Then the longer target in Roach, and it goes towards that direction. Having front spot there was Scotty, was absolutely crunched in a tackle, charging in. The umpire says, I'll bounce this one. Mooroolbark gained a valuable 50 metres or so there at the bottom of the pack. James McManus, he's been in and under all afternoon. The umpire balls it up. Ball hits ground level. Who's going to scoop this one up? Smith's in there. So too is Weatherly over the top of the pack. Wiley just holding the ball in. Another stoppage. Time ticking away. 17 and a half minutes gone in the final term. 8-11-59. Plays 5-4-34. It's Mooroolbark in front of a big crowd out here. It's a rivalry clash. They're all mates, but it doesn't matter when you're on the park because they just want to smash each other. As Watson from Mooroolbark tried to get boot to ball, and he was crunched over the boundary line and out of bounds right in front of the members' wing here, right in front of the social club, which has held a terrific function here today. packed house out here at Heights Reserve, and why wouldn't you come for one of the best games across the Eastern Football League all weekend? Smith picks it up and he wants the safety of the boundary line. Ben Waterworth around the grounds.
Vermont 16-8, 104 to Croydon, 8-4, 52, and Ferntree Gully Eagles making a statement today, 16-12, 108 to Canterbury, 5-6, 36, and Peter Baird has just informed me he's not going to Sylvan.
He hasn't got enough petrol in the car, Peter Baird. I thought it was on his way home too. No doubt he'll be ringing Toopy or annoying him until the game's over anyway. The umpire balls it up. Last roll of the dice, Stephen went up in the smallest man and got a good fist on it too to the Goodman, 20 metres out from goal. He needs to put this through. Kick was skew if it went across the face of the goal. Schilling had position A. He trapped it. Great tackle down there too. He had support in Johnson. Handball backwards to go forwards. They just need a kick to go to the top of the square and set something up. Who's going to be in position A? Oh, well done, Smith. I'm telling you what, boys. If there was ever a player who stood up this afternoon, it is definitely Michael Smith for the Mooroolbark Football Club on the left boot. Once again, goes up towards the wing position. Who's going to stand tall and take a mark here? That's a good one too. Did we see who that was? I think it was Wadsworth. It was. Good call. Thank you, Bruce Parks, our tech guy this afternoon, watching the game nice and closely. Kick up towards a Scott direction from Montrose. Handball over the top to Haining. They're going to move the ball up towards a half-forward line. Now it is the last throw of the dice, deep inside the forward 50. Can Schilling stand tall and take a mark? Great play over the top by Trent Giorgio just to create the spoil at ground level. It's in there. Smith hold the ball in, and we'll have a ball up about 40 metres out from goal, Montrose's end. The umpires wasting no time. 20 minutes gone here, almost in the final term. It's Ford that got that knocked down. It went towards the boundary line. Little grubber kick by James McManus was very handy. Went out towards the Linford direction. Weatherly was the first to meet it. Linford creates the Shepherd now, and he might actually receive it. And that was a good handball by McManus. They're moving the ball along the wing position, or now in towards the centre of the ground. Mooroolbark, this game isn't over yet. You just get that feeling. Charging through was Newman for the Mustangs. He couldn't quite trap it over the back of the pack. Gale nearly earned himself a free kick. The umpire's going to come in and bounce it 65 metres out from goal. 25 points the difference. 20 minutes gone.
Can't be too much time left, as we said, on the 1 point scored so far in this last term, so expect maybe 1 or 2 more minutes unless Montrose can kick a couple of goals, just open it up a little bit more. Doesn't look likely, Jeff and Analitza.
Not likely at all, no. They've really just shut the gates, I think, on this game. Both teams playing fairly defensively and getting numbers around the ball.
Having said that, Montrose go inside forward 50 once again, looking for a marking option. Can't quite find it. Schilling at the bottom of the pack for the first of the last quarter. Couldn't quite find it across the face. 5-5-35, a 24-point lead in favour of Mooroolbark. Mooroolbark 8-11-59. 20 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard this EFL game day. Mooroolbark versus Montrose, brought to you by Powerade Isotonic.
Will Taylor, thanks to Choose Tap Match Stats.
Yeah, the inside forward 50 is 12-5 in favour of Mooroolbark. The tackle count 25-14 in favour of Mooroolbark.
Giorgio played it to himself, then went to the charge direction. It's going to be a downfield free kick, played to charge. So that was against Adam Cook. He's had a dog of a day. Adam Cook had a super season.
They're not happy with him either. It's on.
Ball's kicked up towards a half-forward line. It was intended for Newman. He waited at the back of the pack and then managed to trap it. Got a good shepherd by Roach. Doubled back and then kicked it inside forward 50 or thereabouts. Running onto it was Mark Martin. He might be able to kick it towards the kid in front spot. It was down at ground level. He had to get it on the first bite. Got a little toe poker on it. How clever was that? Got it out to Newman. Steadies. Kicks it to the top of the square. Scotty Dimitro's out there all by himself in the forward pocket. Can he keep it in? Can he steady? Can he kick a goal? Scotty Dimitro from the boundary line. That is super play. And that is the nail in the coffin that Mooroolbark's been looking for. This game is done and dusted. 22 minutes gone in the final term, and Mooroolbark kicking away to 9 goals, 11, 65. It's a 30-point margin now. Montrose 5-5, 35.
Yeah, if the game wasn't already over, it is now. That's well and truly shut the gate. A 5-goal margin here late in the last quarter. Good play here by Mooroolbark. They've done very well today, and right from the first quarter, it was that first quarter that really set up this win today.
Powerade goal of the day contender from Scotty Dimitri.
Absolutely, it's locked away. I'd nearly say that one.
So ball back in the middle of Mooroolbark Heights Reserve as the Montrose coach just takes a walk to the sidelines. His ruckman Haining on that. Goodman taps it down on that occasion, but Mooroolbark managing to find it in the middle. Some choose taps match stats thanks to Will Taylor.
Yeah, the clearances 11-7 in favour of Mooroolbark, and the hit-outs 23-9 in favour of Mooroolbark.
They work it out on the outer side. Gale under a lot of pressure, gives it away, turns it over, but Montrose trying to move it forward once again. Series of handballs, good work off the back of the pack was Goodman on that occasion, sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
That's actually a really good stat as well, the hit-outs today, because Haining usually dominates the ruck and did so last time that they played, but fantastic work in the ruck today by Mooroolbark.
Both Roach and Charge, I should say.
Yeah.
And also Ford hasn't really seen a lot of it, but has been in reasonably good for sort of 10-15 minute patches.
Yeah, definitely.
Montrose push it forward to in front of the scoreboard, so they're about 60 metres from home. 23 minutes gone, couldn't expect too much more time. We've had 1 goal, 2 so far in this last term. It was 1 goal to Mooroolbark, 2 points to the Montrose Footy Club. Good work off the back of the pack. Garthwaite on that occasion tried to tab it forward, couldn't quite do so.
In Division 1, it's Scoresby by 26 points at three-quarter time. Lilydale by 69 points over South Croydon. Baldwin by 21 over Blackburn. Norwood by 27 over Knox. East Burwood by 22 over East Ringwood. And Vermont by 52 over Croydon.
I reckon there'll be a lot of sides trying to get into the Lexus Centre. Jeff Menelitzer after Baldwin for this afternoon.
Why wouldn't they?
Free kick's been paid out. It'll go the way of Montrose. If they're going to roll the dice, this is exactly when they're going to do it. Inside forward 50 once again in the Cook direction. Couldn't quite find him over the back of the pack. Still can't get his hands on the pill. And I don't reckon we've seen him all afternoon. And through for one behind as it gets rushed over. So 5-6-36. They've reduced it back to 29 points. Mooroolbark 9-11-65 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 24 minutes gone, final term here on EFL Game Day.
And it was just interesting to note that we said at the start of the game it wasn't a day for the big forwards today, and you can see that Schilling's only kicked 1 goal and Telesky's only kicked 2, and Cook has had a dog of a day really
Hardly
as well.
touched it. Yeah. So looking to clear it back in. Good work from Mooroolbark as there goes this final siren in this one. And Mooroolbark have shown their ascendancy this afternoon at home. What a win by the Mustangs. Mooroolbark win this one 9-11-65 to Montrose 5-6-36, and a fantastic win for the Mustangs. Goals in this one to Armstrong 2, Martin 1, Wiley 1, McManus 1, Polkinghorn 1, Dimitriou the Powerade goal of the day, and Talevsky with 2, and all singles to Montrose, Rickard, Watson, Johnson, Schilling and Stephen.
What a super game it was out here today, and it's the home side, 20 scoring shots to 11. They led from the front. They didn't kick. I think they kicked the first goal, and then they had Montrose get ahead for the first time for the game. They kicked a couple in a row, and then from that point onwards, they held that 4-goal lead for more or less most of the afternoon. They slugged it out. They worked the ball forward all day, and they were just super Mooroolbark. I was really impressed. I'm absolutely shattered I didn't pick them because I sort of thought that they had a good show, but I went the form versus form situation. But after the last time these two sides met, I know that Mooroolbark was shattered. They've come back today. They've answered on their home patch, and this is a very important win to them today. They'll move to second position. Montrose, they'll lose top spot today. Rover will probably take that on percentage against Mooroolbark, but they've set themselves up very nicely for a good crack at what is a super second half to season 2012.
And they're the only team in the top 3 that have actually beaten the other 2. So that will give them great confidence as well.
Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Braden Ingram's got the victorious coach, Brett Fisher. Thanks, Braden.
I certainly do. BWS, great win to Mooroolbark here today, and Brett was really an 8-point game in terms of the ladder today, and a really important win.
Yeah, it was. Look, after last week, we were very disappointed with losing to Bayswater, so we just needed to make sure that we corrected that. We had a couple of discipline issues last week, so all this week it was about spirit and discipline, obviously, and it's just a massive contest. They're a terrific side, Montrose, and we just wanted to make sure that we can compete hard with them.
And did you talk to the boys about the round 6 loss to Montrose by 79 points during the week, or did you just leave it, let it go, and just move on to this game?
Oh, look, we did. We spoke about it. We spoke about what makes them good and what makes them vulnerable. And, whilst we had a bit of a focus on it, we had to make sure that we were concentrating more on this week. So it's, they're a terrific side, and we just worked hard, and obviously the conditions helped us, I think, more than them. So, yeah, you can't deal with that. They're out of our control.
And it really was a great win today. But in terms of next 3 or 4 games, just a number, just one, because you've got a couple of big games coming up against Upper Ferntree Gully, then Roval and Donvale. So still a couple of big games coming in the finals.
Yeah, it is. I think every game's a big game. Even though you look at the ladder and everybody would perceive Mulgrave to even be a weaker team, but they move the ball around really, really well. So I think every game's super important, but probably the important ones to us are the teams that are going to challenge for finals. So we need to probably get into their heads and make sure that we win well against those sides. So yeah, Upper Gully, Roval, those sorts of sides over the next coming 2 weeks are certainly ones we want to win as well.
I think we're about to go to the song, so well done today, mate.
Thank you very much to Braden Ingram with Victoria's coach Brett Fisher down at Boundary Side as the guys head into the rooms. Montrose have stayed out on the park. Johnson's let Jai Goodman have a word to the troops out there. So he's having a mention to the boys what happened today, what went wrong, and what they need to build on, because their season is well and truly still alive. Montrose, they're still in those top couple of sides. They're even Steven for the year now. These two sides playing against each other. They'll probably come up against each other come finals time as well. So very important that they keep their heads held high and the confidence stays up for the Montrose Football Club. They came out, they played in really trying conditions in this ground today. Mother Nature was relatively kind for the hail that we were expecting. We got sunshine for most of the second half, but it was very heavy underfoot. Of course, they played the 19s, they played the reserves out here today. So what was already a wet park became a lot wetter. But the skills that we saw out here today were still super, and that is why these two sides, Jeff, are the top 2 sides, or top 2 of 3 sides in Division 2.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, definitely. It's just a minor setback, you'd think, for Montrose. As we saw last week, it was Mooroolbark that got beaten by Bayswater, and they came out today and showed their true form. So minor setback for them, but look, they'll win enough games, obviously, to finish in the top 2 or 3 and take on finals.
How did Mooroolbark win this game today?
Well, look, I think that it was just the intensity that they showed at the ball, in and under the packs. They seemed to get the clearances from the packs, and that was by way of Linford and Polkinghorne and Smith in and under those packs. And then also their forward line setup. I thought it worked pretty well with Talevsky up forward, and then also having Roach as a mobile kind of half forward, taking those big marks and bombing it up forward. Played really well, played really good wet weather footy today, kicking it long, whereas Montrose just handled the ball too much. Handballs here, handballs there. They were, and they couldn't find the switch of play, which they usually do on the wet ground today.
Yep. EFL Game Day today was brought to you by Powerade Isotonic. It is the sports drink of the Eastern Football League and scientifically proven to help you perform at your peak for longer. And what a super sponsor they have been. Powerade Goal of the Day. We may as well talk about it now since we just talked about the sponsor. I think we can't go past that last one. He had to trap it on the boundary line, Scotty Demetrio. He did that. Then he turned back and just slotted it through a very casual banana kick. So I think that was quite worthy. Unless Jeff, you or Dyson, you have any others in mind?
No, I'll go straight with that, and a reasonably solid call from Ben Moore and Smith. Just rode that one all the way home.
Yeah, it was absolutely super. And what does our goal of the day winner get today, Ben Moore?
Right behind you there, BWS, is a Powerade pack full of lots of goodies, towels, caps, etc. Plenty of good stuff in there. So Scotty Demetrio will get his hands all over that. And now we are very, very ahead of time. I don't think I've ever been involved in a game that's finished this early, but what I'll do now is bring you up to date with some of the scores that we've got. Warrandyte have pulling away from Coldstream here. Very impressive. 15-12, 102 to Coldstream, 10-8, 68. Mid-grade through the final term. Magic Morello has 6 goals. So when Warrandyte play well, Dice, Morello is normally getting a big bag. So that's certainly the one of the day. And just a tweet here from Paul Amy of Leader Newspapers. Tyson Mitchell bursts through for a goal to cut Scoresby's lead back to 22 points 10 minutes into the final term. But what I'll do now is bring you up to date with some of the scores from around the EFL at 3-quarter time. Lilydale 15-8-98, leading South Croydon 4-5-29. Baldwin 10-5-63, leading Blackburn 5-14-44. Norwood 8-16-64, leading Knox 5-7-37. East Burwood 9-7-61, leading East Ringwood 5-9-39. Noble Park 8-9-57, trailing Scoresby 13-5-83, but it's back to a 22-point margin now, as you just heard. Vermont 16-8-104, leading Croydon 8-4-52. In Division 2, Doncaster East held a 6-point lead over the Waverley Blues at 3-quarter time. Donvale and Upper Ferntree Gully were dead level. Mulgrave 12-6-78, leading Doncaster 7-4-46. I think they've got that one in the bag. Roval 13-11-89, leading Bayswater 8-8-56. Baronia under new coach Drew O'Hare will probably get their first victory. 8-18-66 to Wilderness Pioneers 3-5-23. That's Drew O'Hare's first victory as senior coach. Mitcham 12-8-80 to Heathmont 7-7-49. Now in that third term, Mitcham kicked 7 goals 3 to Heathmont 2 goals 3. So I know Dyson Bakey won't be a big fan of that one. Wanturna South 15-11 101 to Templestowe 3-6-24.
3 goals.
That is unbelievable. Mark Freeman, EFL Development Manager, has been texting me all afternoon, head wobbling the daylights out of Wanturna South's victory at the moment. They're going great guns. Glen Waverley Hawks 10-5-65 to Churnside Park 3-3-21. Hawks bouncing back nicely there. And Ringwood trailing North Ringwood, the Saints 9-12-66 to Ringwood 8-6-54. In Division 4, Ferntree Gully Eagles 16-12-108, leading Canterbury 5-6-36. Forest Hill in a tight one against Park Orchards, like we saw earlier on in the year. The Zebras 9-9-63 to the Sharks 8-6-54. The Basin 11-7-73, leading Kilsyth 4-7-31. Surrey Park, now this is big, gentlemen. Surrey Park at three-quarter time and 9-7-61, leading Sylvan 7-10-52.
Help us out there, 0419-654 and
082. And South Belgrave 13-14-92 to Nunawading 5-8-38. So some great scores around the Eastern Football League. I'll bring you up to date as they come to hand. Let's cross down, thanks to Akira Urgent Care, to Dan Senchik and Braden Ingram.
Thank you very much, Ben. Linford now can at home. As big a test as you can ask for.
No, we're just come right down onto the ground, boys. We're
getting to come out.
Trying to find sight lines.
Just struggling to hit here, Cam and Dan at the moment. So come out into the ground, and we might try and get an interview there with Dan Senchik. If you're just joining us here on EFL Game Day, thanks to Power Road. It was Mooroolbark getting the chocolates today. 9-11-65 to Montrose. 5-6-36, a 29-point win to the Mustangs. And here we go. Final score, Mulgrave 13-7-85, defeating Doncaster 10-7-67.
Great story.
The Lions get their first victory for season 2012. Good on the Mulgrave Lions.
Going off down there tonight.
It will be. Mulgrave winning by 18 points down there. What we might do now, I can hear Dan Senchik. He's down there with Cam Linford. Let's cross down to him now, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, down here with Cam Linford. Absolutely fantastic player today for Mooroolbark. Now, Cam, Montrose, absolutely brilliant side. You couldn't ask for a bigger test, could you?
No, not at all, especially after the first game we played against them. Definitely had to redeem ourselves and get back on board. So always a tough challenge against Montrose.
And speaking of tough challenges, tell us a bit about the rivalry you've got with Montrose. It boiled over a little bit today and there are a few incidents, but we won't go into those. But tell us more about the rivalry. Does it go back a long time? Or?
I think so, yeah. I think it's in the blood a bit, so many years, and obviously being the derby each year, it's always a bit of a scrap fight with us all, and knowing a lot of the players as well as friends. So once we cross that line, it's it's always a good battle.
Tough conditions today, and was it spoken about during the week just to keep things simple, get the ball on the boot, those sorts of things?
Yeah, sort of going back to the olden days, sort of with the wet weather grounds, heavy football and that sort of thing. So yeah, just a quick, long, direct sort of thing was today's challenge. Yeah.
Wasn't a very good day for the tall forwards given the conditions, but the back line I thought did an absolutely ripping job on Billy Schilling, keeping him relatively quiet today.
Yeah, definitely. He kicked a lot of goals against us the first game this year, especially with Cook as well. So back six is always probably our best six each game. So
it's a real physical contest today. Was it spoken much about during the week about really taking it up to these better sides physically as well?
Yeah, definitely. Montrose have got a good outfit and always present a challenge every year. So definitely had to dig deep today.
Now, Cam, looking at your run home, you got Upper Ferntree Gully, Rowville, Doncaster and Mulgrave. Massive challenge in Rowville in a couple of weeks' time.
Definitely. I think we just have to bring across all our hardship from today and take into account from last game and work hard.
Thanks very much, mate. Enjoy.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Daniel Sensig and Cam Linford, who has his own cheer squad out there in the middle of the ground after the match. What a super game it was by him this afternoon. A super game by probably 3/4, if not more, of the Mooroolbark Football Club today. Most players won their position. They held the ascendancy all day. And the man who saw it from a different point of view from us is always Will Taylor, and he has the stats thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, Mooroolbark just absolutely dominant today from start to finish. And let's have a look at the stats. Marks inside forward 50s. Mooroolbark 7-3 in favour in that one. The possession count 210 to Mooroolbark, 174 to Montrose. The clearances 43-31 in favour of Mooroolbark, including 32 around the grounds to 24 in the clearances there. Hit out 66-36 in favour of Mooroolbark, including a 24-11 last term. The free kick count 31-24 in favour of Montrose. The inside forward 50s 45-24 in favour of Mooroolbark, including a including a 14-6 last term. The tackle count 83-72 in favour of Mooroolbark, and the points of turnovers, Mooroolbark 32, Montrose 13.
Oh, super effort by yourself today, Will Taylor, on the stats, thanks to Choose Tap. I know Lauren Wood was doing the stats for Mooroolbark today. She probably just could have had an afternoon off and come and got them all off you because you do such a great job. But you spoke about around the grounds. That's where we're going now because Ben Waterworth's got scores for us.
Thought I had some more scores, BWS, but it's still 4:33 p.m. and just still waiting for a few.
That's all right. We're happy to go through some three-quarter times.
Yeah, I'll quickly go through them, but just repeating, Mulgrave have got their first win for season 2012. It's so exciting that Rob Sharp actually tweeted. That's how excited.
Sharpie should be doing 120 k's down the road to Surrey Park.
I haven't heard anything from Surrey Park's Twitter account. Dyson, we got some scores there.
Update from HG Parker during the last quarter: 13-9 Mitcham, Heathmont 8-10. Almost all gone for Heathmont this season. If Ringwood can get up in the last term.
What's the go with Heathmont? You just can't pick them week in, week out. They'll topple the top sides. They'll lose to some more bottom sides. They're a weird unit, your mob.
That's the bar of Division 3. We've seen that right throughout season 2012.
As I'm going through the scores, gents, maybe start thinking of your Narellan Pool's best player, your 3, 2 and 1
players
for today. Actually, before I do that, just having a look at Doncaster East, David Whalen on the Twitter. Waverley Blues up by 1 point deep into the final term. So the Blues have mounted a bit of a comeback there. They were down by 22 points at half-time. And all over, apparently, at the Bull Ring, Scoresby 32 points up, according to the leaders, Paul Amy. So a little bit of grand final revenge, I think, for Scoresby. And a final score out at Ringwood, and North Ringwood again have just held on against Ringwood. North Ringwood 10-14, 74, defeating Ringwood 10-8, 68. So
I got one tip right.
Yeah, so good effort by North Ringwood. They held, it's a pretty even game throughout the whole day, looking like it. So 10-14, 74, North Ringwood 2, Ringwood 10-8, 68.
Still leaves it wide open in Division 3.
Boundary certainly does. Let's cross down a boundary side thanks to Akira, Urgent Care Dan and Braden.
Scotty Demetrio too.
Certainly is BWS. Yes, Scotty Demetrio it is, and he picked up the Powerade goal of the day today, and wasn't a bad one that last when you kicked Scotty.
On it at all. The seal is always good as well to put them away.
Yeah, it was very nice. And look, today you really controlled the centre corridor. Your coach Brett Fisher spoke about it a lot throughout the game, and that's certainly what you did.
We did. Last time we played them, they absolutely cut us to pieces in the middle. The Goodman brothers and Johnson cut us to pieces. So it's work we did during the week to try and shut them down. And the likes of Polkinghorn, Linford and Smith were sensational in there. And the job Moosey Armstrong did on Dean Stevens was second to none and set up our win.
And throughout the game, it looked like Montrose are really trying to be cute with the footy, whereas the Mooroolbark boys just got it on the boot, got it forward, and that was certainly, I thought, one of the reasons why you guys got up today.
We did. Well, it's not often you play footy in conditions like this, and Montrose is nice ground. They would have never played footy than this for probably 2 or 3 years, and we're used to it. We have to train on our dung hole, and we know one handball, one kick, and get it forward to the big fella is the way we want to play.
And a really great win today, but you've got a couple of big games still to come up with Upper Fentry Gully, Roval and Donvale still to come. So a couple of big games leading into finals.
We do, definitely, but we can't control anything else that happens. We've got Upper Fentry Gully over there who, are gunning for a top 4 spot, and then we've got Roval out here again. So we've just got to keep chalking up the wins to hold on to that double chance now.
Well done today, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you very much to the boys down boundary side, and thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Scotty Demetrio, a very happy man today. He was all pumped for this one. He's my roommate, and he's been pretty excited all week, and he has delivered today too, Scott Demetrio, Ben.
It certainly has. I tell you what, Blackburn have given Baldwin an almighty scare at Baldwin 12-9-81, defeating Blackburn by 5 points. Blackburn 10-16-76. Baldwin were in front by 32 points at half-time, but the Burners kicked 5 goals 2 to 2 goals 4 in the final term and only fell short by 5 points. So a scare for Baldwin, a close loss last weekend and a close win this weekend. So maybe
we
not.
don't head to the Lexus Centre.
Maybe. But
isn't it great though to hear the Blackburn's just been improving as the season's progressed as well? A young side, lots of exoduses. They get some players back, and then they're taking it up to the top side. So they're doing quite well.
Especially that we're saying that those top 5 sides, it doesn't look like it's going to change.
Apparently.
That's right. But it seems like those lower sides are still really competitive against the top 5, which is good to see.
And interesting what's going on at Doncaster East. David Bowen doing a great job on the Twitter. Apparently a ball's just hit the post. So there's 27 minute mark of the final term. Doncaster East trailing by 1 point against the Waverley Blues. That'll be a huge result if the Blues could get it. Let's cross down the boundary side thanks to Akira, Urgent Care, Brayden and Dan doing a great job.
Thank you very much, Ben Waterworth. Yeah, I've dragged Beth out of the room. He's just played in the conditions and he's barefoot standing on the ground right now, so I won't keep him too long. I might get cold. But look, after last week's result, what was learnt from that game to take into this week's game?
I think work rate and working as a team. We sort of dropped off a bit last week and maybe got a little bit selfish, but no, it was good. We sort of played as a team, played for each other today.
Got a bit of a cheer squad happening here?
Yeah, no, all the young kids get around us and support us. It's real good. Everyone at the club sort of supports each other.
Yeah, it's a great club.
He's not afraid to smack either, Daniel Sensi.
Look, you must be pretty pleased with the way the boys rose to the challenge today.
Yeah, well and truly. It was sort of a danger game after dropping a game to Basie last week, and if we dropped this, we probably would have finished 3rd or 4th. Made it really hard, but this gives us a real chance at top 2, which is good.
What do you do at this stage of the season? I mean, you're going to play finals, of course. Is there modified training loads and things like that? Do the players get differently managed at this stage of the year to make sure you're cherry ripe for the finals?
We do recovery every Sunday and training sort of as usual. On Tuesday, if it's really wet, sometimes we might try and do an indoor session somewhere and still get some run. But it really depends on the conditions.
Big 4 weeks coming up at Ferntree Gully, Rowville, Doncaster, Mulgrave. Who got the stuff? Looking at the Rowville game, what do you make of that one? Massive challenge there?
Massive challenge, massive game. It's going to be on our home deck, which is good, but that's really that might be the decider of where everyone finishes on the ladder.
Tell us a bit about the rivalry between Montrose and Mooroolbark. Obviously, it got a bit heated today, and you got a bit of two sides.
Yeah, there is definitely a bit of history, sort of next door to each other. So obviously we don't like each other, but both teams have been up there for a while, and it's obviously we want to be better than them, they want to be better than us. It's just a given. So no, that's usually heated. A lot of guys know each other.
Thank you very much, mate. Keep you long, you might catch a cold.
No worries,
Thank you very much to Dan Senchik. Thanks to Akira, Urgent Care. A couple of other Division 2 results just coming in, and the Waverley Blues have knocked over Doncaster East by 1 point. 11-12-78 to Doncaster East, 11-11-77. And Ray Baird's been watching Rowville and Bayswater, and he'll have a very, very joyous report at full time. Rowville 17-18, 120 to Bayswater 9-11-65. And check this one out. We've been following it all day. Mark Freeman will be very, very happy. Wantirna South 19-13, 127 to full time at Knox and Norwood. Norwood with a reasonably comfortable victory over Knox. Norwood 8-17-65 to Knox 6-10-46. You had a score there, Will Taylor, that you'd like to share with the group.
We do, and Warrandyte defeating Coldstream. Warrandyte 17-14, 116 to Coldstream 11-13-79.
I mean, we certainly know that Warrandyte had Morello had 6 goals by that time. So
the Magic Hands, that takes him up to 40 for the year. So after a pretty slow start, Morello, especially on this home patch down at Warrandyte, he's starting to kick some goals for him.
Just looking at the clock on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it's now ticked over 45 minutes. They've kept it going since the end of the last quarter. We finished at 22 minutes. We've been going 23 minutes since the end of this game. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's a great point that you just brought up.
I thought I'd share that one with the group.
I'm sure everyone was really keen to hear that. Narellan Pools player of the daytime, gentlemen. 3-2-1. We're going to start with Jeff Manalitza. How did you see today?
And you could be our scribe to do it.
You could be our scribe too if you wouldn't mind. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, not a problem. Look, today there were so many good players, as you said, Ben, for Mooroolbark today. Very hard to actually pick 3 good players amongst them all. I've got to say, special mention, as Will was saying, in the ruck today. They certainly dominated the ruck, and against Haining, who is a quality ruckman for Montrose as well. Charge and Ford had fantastic days. Unfortunately, couldn't squeeze him in the votes. Giorgio as well down back. He was the general down back today, and they gave basically Montrose no space at all. Billy Schilling being held to 1 goal today, and they had no flow through that forward line at all. So well done to Giorgio. But in terms of the votes, I gave 1 vote to Polkinghorne. I thought today, fantastic, in and under the packs, just dishing the ball out and creating that space and the run for Mooroolbark, particularly in that first half. Michael Smith, he is a quality player. 2 votes to him. Michael Smith, I saw him last time that these two teams played, and he got best on field for Mooroolbark on that day. And just the way that he disposes of it, such clean possession and finding targets, and also gets in and under those packs and gets the ball out. And I've got to say, 3 votes for Cam Linford. Fantastic day today. Really, the game was won in that first half. If we have a look, there was only 2 goals scored to Mooroolbark in that second half and 1 to Montrose. So basically, it was that first half that really set it up, and it was Linford who was absolutely everywhere. Again, just disposals all around the ground, particularly down back as well. So really set up the play from down back and pushing it through the middle of the ground. So well done, Linford. 3 votes for me.
Oh, he took Division 2 by a storm last year, didn't he? When he took away the best and fairest, taking out 6 best on grounds in the last 7 games or something like that. Dyson Baker, you're 3, 2 and 1 this afternoon. Thank you.
It was interesting, just on that, we all thought that was a real surprise last year, but he's sort of starting to come to the floor now, and he showed that this afternoon. I went 1 to Michael Smith. I thought he was fantastic, and sort of quarters 2 and 3 and really made the charge. I gave 2 votes to Cam Linford. I couldn't quite slip him in for 3, and in the end I gave 3 to Charge. I thought he was absolutely magnificent. Not only his ruck work, but we saw it in a couple of centre clearances. He just ran straight out of the pack, picked it up. For a tall guy, he probably stands 6'4", 6'5". He can get right below his knees, and that's exactly what you want from a ruckman in these kinds of conditions.
He certainly had a super day, didn't he? Will Taylor, you're 3, 2 and 1. Thank you.
I've actually gone the same as Dyson. So I've gone 1 vote to Michael. So I thought his brilliant play, especially in that when it was wide open for Montrose to hit back in that second term. I gave my 2 votes to Cam Lingford. I thought he was absolutely everywhere. Around the ball, getting in those loose balls and hard balls there. And I gave my 3 votes to James Charge. I just thought his dominance in the ruck was the main difference in this game.
See, I thought Haining was very serviceable for Montrose today. I would have thought that he would have maybe won more of the hit-outs than not. So I thought Charge was very good. It was a great duel all afternoon. So let's not take anything away from Andrew Haining because he worked tirelessly all day. Daniel Sensick, how did you see your 3, 2 and 1?
Yeah, look, I gave Sean Roach 1 vote. I thought he was fantastic today, providing a bit of a presence, especially in the wet conditions, which is always really important. I gave 2 votes to Cameron Linford. In that first half, he was really good. Then in the second half, he had a bit of a freshen up on the bench late in that second quarter, and he was real fresh for the second half, and he really provided a good presence there. And for 3 votes, I gave to Michael Smith. He absolutely tore it up today. Gathering the ball in those wet conditions, always really important.
Thank you very much, Dan. Doing a great job in trying conditions down boundary side this afternoon, and your wingman for the day was Braden Ingram. How did you see it, mate?
Well, I actually went with all the interviewees. That's why we grabbed them this afternoon, because they were just super. I gave 1 vote to Scott Demetrio. His goal of the day was just was just one of the number of things he did all day. Heard him called plenty of time by you guys, and really just a lot of hard efforts getting in and under, and he was super. Gave 2 votes to Michael Smith. He had plenty of the footy and was just in and under, and as you mentioned before, Dyson, just in the wet footy was just super. But 3 votes, Cam Linford. His run and effort, not only on the ball but off it, was just super. I watched him, just watched him exclusively for 5 or 10 minutes throughout the game, and he was just super, and I really loved his effort today, and that's why he gets my 3 votes.
Super?
Yes.
Super. No worries, mate. Thank you very much for your efforts today down boundary side. I'm going to go with James McManus. Tackles, he goes in hard and he tackles hard. I'd be very surprised if he didn't win the tackle count for the side this afternoon. Great effort by him in these type of conditions where you need those in and under players. You need the players to dive on the ball, to attack the player, to rip those tackles down, and I just thought he was brilliant. Cam was a little bit of a bog this afternoon. He led from the front. He always held his head high, and he was a very big leader for the Mooroolbark Football Club on the patch today. But I can't go Michael Smith. I called this game today, and he was absolutely everywhere. Geez, he goes in hard. Geez, he's got good skills and he's got guts. He's just the type of player that I really like to watch week in, week out, and I was really impressed by his performance. I'd be interested to know how many stats he got. I know we don't do the personal stats, but well done to Michael Smith today, because he gets my 3 votes, which gets us to the tally. Jeff Manolitzer, if you're a lawyer, so I'm sure you can add up. What is it over there?
Well, we've got a very close one today, actually, and it's very interesting to note that Charge, Linford and Smith each got 2 best on fields from amongst our media team, and we've got 7 players that got votes today. So it just shows the evenness of the Mooroolbark team today.
And not one Montrose vote.
Not one Montrose vote, which just showed, I guess, that they got well and truly outclassed today.
They were behind the 8 ball all afternoon.
They were.
The only player that probably would have come close, in my opinion, was Matty Langdon off half-back.
Yeah,
and
I
that
thought
was
he was
pretty
good.
much it.
I thought, yeah.
Yep.
And Goodman worked tirelessly all day.
Yeah.
In terms of the votes today, James McGuinness won, Demetrio won, Roach won, and Polkinghorn won. 6 for Charge. And then we've got Smith got 12 votes today, and Cam Linford got 14. So Linford's a winner for today.
Congratulations to Cam Linford from the Mooroolbark Football Club. He received an Orellan Pools Player of the Day, a $100 voucher going his way that will be handed to the boys in the awards at about 6 o'clock tonight in the club room. So we've got another award that we award to, and of course we've already given Scotty Demetrio the Powerade Goal of the Day pack, but of course the Trojan Workhorse of the afternoon receives a magnificent toolbox filled to the brim with goods too. It's probably the best prize we've got in the caravan. The mantle has been given to Jeff Manolitza this afternoon, and I'm interested to see who's picked.
Well, I had 2 standout players today. One of those, BWS just mentioned before, James McManus, in and under the packs all day, feeding the ball out. But I've got to give it to Polkinghorn. Watching his game today, again, he was that in and under player, using his brute strength, but also finding targets to dish out and to get the play moving, the momentum pushing forward for Mooroolbark. So for me, Polkinghorn.
Well, congratulations to Matty Polkinghorn, who will take away this marvellous prize, the Trojan Workhorse of the Day toolbox filled to the brim, as I've already mentioned. Still scores are streaming in around the Twitter sphere. Ben Waterworth around the grounds. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, some very interesting results. And let's start in Division 4. And unfortunately, they've done it to us every time. Sylvan 15-14-104, defeating Surrey Park 11-10-76. In that final term, Sylvan kicked 8 goals 4 to Surrey Park, 2 goals 3. So
well done, Sylvan.
They're well done to Sylvan, but Surrey Park have done it, I think, 3 times this year where they've led at 3/4 time, they've let us down in the final term. South Belgrave, comfortable win over Nunawading by 57 points, and Forest Hill have hung on by 2 points. Forest Hill 10-11-71 to Park Orchards 10-9-69. The Ferntree Gully Eagles, a big win over Canterbury, 18-16, 124 to Canterbury, 7-10-52, 72 points the margin there. As I said before, North Ringwood by 6 points over Ringwood, Wantenna South by 88 points over Templestowe, Warrandyte by 37 points over Coldstream, and Baronia, a comfy victory, 62 points over the Wildest Pioneers. Dyson Baker got an update score there from Heathmont and Mitcham.
Trying to get one through now. Jeff Manolitz just loving himself sick with all his tips at the moment.
Haven't got one wrong yet.
Certainly, actually, I've just got one here. Joe Hart Park has just tweeted in, and Mitcham 13-9-87 have defeated Heathmont 8-14-52. So for all those playing at home, a 35-point victory for the Mitcham Football Club.
Heathmont can't win 2 games in a row.
They are certainly doing a fine job at the moment. And just let's go now to Division 1, and Scoresby 16-8-104 have defeated Noble Park 11-14-80. 24-point win to the ball.
Peter Bett's rule broken today. Never tip against Noble Park at home.
Rule is broken. We do not listen to him ever again. In other Division 1 scores, Baldwin 12-9, 81 to Blackburn 10-16-76. Baldwin, a big scare there. Lilydale just getting this one through right now from Leanne. What good on you, Leanne. Lilydale 19-16. Maths off the top of my head, I think that's 130.
Yep.
Defeating South Croydon 6-8. 6-8-44, that's the one. So that is a victory to the tune of 86 points to Lilydale.
They're afraid of no one.
Victory there. They are not. They've turned the corner.
6th spot, maybe.
Norwood by 19 points over Knox. East Burwood by 17 points over East Ringwood. The Rams back on board. And in Division 2, Doncaster East losing to the Waverley Blues by 1 point. Mulgrave 18 points over Doncaster, and Roeville 55 points over Bayswater. And Peter Baird just telling everyone that Mulgrave would win, but he wasn't the only one who said that, so bad luck there, Frosty. A few other scores still to come in. Still waiting for Donvale and Upper Ferntree Gully. Vermont and Croydon, we're still waiting for that one, but Vermont in front by 50 points at 3/4 time. And the other one is Churnside Park and Glenwaverley Hawks and the Basin and Kilsyth. All those games have been later than every other else today, so just waiting for one game in each division.
Very good work by Ben Waterworth all afternoon, and of course by Annie French, who's been working feverishly alongside Ben, helping him out, getting all the scores in today. Where do we see the rest of the season going for these two sides, Jeff Manolitz? A question without notice.
Certainly, both of these teams are going to finish in the top 3. They'll make finals.
Neither of them play any side in the top 5, so that gives you top 4. So that gives you an indication.
Well, yeah, and so you would think that these top teams would finish 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You went to the game earlier on in the year, is that correct?
Correct.
Between these two sides.
Yeah.
How different was that afternoon to this afternoon?
It's like they changed jumpers, it really was. That day, though, was a very dry day, and we said at the start of this game, the conditions really will suit Mooroolbark today because of the fact that Montrose love the open space and they love switching the ball, and today I think it was not just due to the fact of the wet conditions, but it was really the pressure that Mooroolbark put on, and that was lacking earlier on this season. So look, these two teams, you'd really want to finish first on the ladder though, I think, because that fourth spot on the ladder, at the moment it's Donvale, but they're certainly not as strong as the top 3. So to push your way through, you'd want to try and finish right up the top there.
Speaking of Donvale, just got confirmation from Upper Ferntree Gully. Donvale 73 defeating Upper Ferntree Gully 61.
Good game.
Good effort there by the Pies.
It's a big win for them too.
It's a huge
Just
win.
consolidates that 4th spot for now.
With Bayswater going down to Roval today, Donvale looking pretty.
And Doncaster East now out of contention.
Yep.
You'd think so, yeah.
Will Taylor?
Yeah, look, I think looking forward and watching this game, we could see a grand final preview right now in Division 2 between these two sides, between Mooroolbark and Montrose.
Wouldn't discount Roval.
I was going to say, don't tell Pete Baird that.
Don't tell Ray Baird that. We'll hear all about Ray Baird's report from Bayswater, from Roval and Bayswater.
You did say could though, Wilbur. So
you did say that. Roval 55-point winners over Bayswater today, who Bayswater obviously knocked off Mooroolbark yesterday. Just getting another score through from Vermont and Croydon, and Vermont a huge win. Geez, Vermont are kicking big scores this year. The Eagles 24 goals 13, 157, defeating Croydon 10-4, 64. So a 93-point win for Vermont in such a close Division 1 break.
They're in danger.
That is a huge result.
Yeah, certainly. I just wanted to ask you, Jeff, when you saw this game earlier in the year, what were the conditions like? Was it this type of muddy type of fare? Because that really suited Mooroolbark today, and that sort of type of ground is going to help them going into finals.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Montrose is it's a beautiful ground. None of the mud that we had, and it was a nice sunny day. Well, it wasn't actually. It was a beautiful sunny day, dry conditions, really made for Montrose. Completely different to what we've got today.
So of course the conditions are tough out here today, but at East Burwood, where the finals will be played later on in the year, the grounds conditions will.
Or Ringwood?
Ringwood.
Yeah.
The ground will hold up really well.
It will.
So it's probably the wet weather conditions. You're not going to see that again for the rest of the year.
Exactly.
It may turn the tables back to the condition of Montrose's ground, which always holds up well, which is what they played on earlier in the year. They'll probably take a little bit of positives out of that they might play like that. But then when you played a team last and they've run away and kicked away from you, you're always going to be a little bit iffy.
I think the worry for Montrose, I guess, is in these conditions, obviously they struggled today. They've also struggled against Roval this year as well, so they've lost both games against Roval. So I don't think they'd really want to come up against them either, and I'm not quite sure what it is about Roval, but that they're just struggling. Maybe it's the pressure that Roval put on, maybe it's the pace, I'm not sure. But
Well, I think it sets it up for a cracker between Mooroolbark and Roval out here again in 2 weeks' time.
Definitely.
That's going to be key to determining that first position on the ladder. It's going to be important for finals. But these type of conditions, as we said, really good for Mooroolbark.
They certainly have been, and they know how to play the game well here. I don't know. I don't know what's happened here. I think Peter MacArthur spread something back into the studio, but some music is clearly coming over the top, and I do not know the words to this song either. But Ben Waterworth, I don't know if it's worth even screaming over the top of this. You got any more scores coming through at the moment?
Not just waiting for a couple from that one in Wanton. Just waiting for Churnside Park and the Glen Waverley Hawks. Just waiting on one from that. And still waiting from one on the base. And I'll quickly just run through the winners. Lilydale by 86 points over South Croydon. Baldwin by 5 over Blackburn. Norwood by 19 over Knox. East Burwood by 17 over East Ringwood. Scoresby by 24 over Noble Park. Vermont by 93 over Croydon. Doncaster East down by 1 to the Waverley Blues. Donvale by 12 over Upper Ferntree Gully. Mooroolbark here by 29 points over Montrose. Mulgrave by 18 points over Doncaster in their first win for the season. And Roval 55 points over Bayswater. In Division 3, Baronia by by 62 points over the Whitehorse Pioneers. Mitcham by 35 over Heathmont. Warrandyte by 37 over Coldstream. Wantirna South by 88 over Templestowe. North Ringwood only by 6 over Ringwood. Canterbury losing to Ferntree Gully Eagles by 72. Forest Hill by 2 points over Park Orchards. Sylvan by 28 points over Surrey Park. And South Belgrave by 57 over Nunawading.
Yes.
Glen Waverley, we don't have a score on
Don't
that.
have a score, but Glen Waverley Hawks were in front by 44 points at three-quarter time.
EFL Game Day today was proudly brought to you by Powerade Isotonic, which is the official sports drink of the EFL and scientifically proven to perform for you to perform at your peak for longer. Jeff Manor, Litzy, you've been sucking them down all afternoon. You've gone from red to yellow to
Mountain
blue.
Blast. Beautiful.
It's the one, isn't it?
That's the one.
It's it's absolutely delicious, and that's why you have the blue teeth. What a game it's been out here today. We got to see the best of the best in Division 2. We've been set for it all season 2. We've been looking at this game for a little bit over a month now. It didn't disappoint. The conditions were trying, but it was Mooroolbark to run away with things in the end. We're going to thank the team that's joined us out here this afternoon, and we have to thank the Mooroolbark Football Club, because didn't they put us in a marvellous position out here at Heights Reserve today, smack bang on the wing in the caravan. Good job by all the team today. It was great to have him back. He must have had a few court cases in the last month because we haven't seen him, but he's been back on the team today. Straight into the special comments chair, Division 2. He's nearly a Montrose fan. He's seen him that much over the last 2 years, but great to have you back on board today, Jeff Manolitz.
Yeah, fantastic to be here. And look, trying conditions, as you said, but good result for Mooroolbark. They'll take a lot from this, but not all's lost for Montrose. They'll continue to push towards finals and be very competitive.
They certainly will, and no doubt we'll hear from you very soon, mate. To Will Taylor, who was on the stats this afternoon, he's been away for a couple of weeks as well. We've been hearing him around the grounds doing some great work across the eastern suburbs as he goes local for his football, but he was in the caravan with us today. He had a flawless effort too. Thanks for joining us, mate, and we'll see you on the huddle for another burger score on Wednesday night.
Correct. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much to Will Taylor. And the guys who are on boundary side, they had a microphone that wasn't working, then it worked, then it didn't work, and then they got one back that came good in the end, and their interviews after the game were absolutely super. Thank you very much to Braden Ingram. Always a great job by yourself, mate.
Thank you, BWS. Look, it was testing conditions. It was good out there today. Made things a little bit interesting, so certainly enjoy it, and certainly looking forward to listening to the to EFL Sunday tomorrow morning.
Where'd you get that umbrella?
Annie, I think, yeah, very helpful. Or not a fan?
No, look a bit demented, but anyway, Daniel Sensic down on boundary side as well this afternoon. He toughed it out. He had the jacket, he had the hoodie. Thanks for joining us today, mate. Great job.
Yes, in the face of adversity, cream always rises to the top. There's no doubt about it. Really enjoyed the game today, and glad to be joining you on EFL Sunday tomorrow morning.
He's taken over the Sean Kelly head wobble. Don't you worry about that. No doubt.
Should have seen him leaning against the fence at one point. Just very casual when the sun came out with the sunglasses and the
almost reminiscent of the day he strutted it across East Ringwood Reserve leather jacket, Ric Flair style.
I think he must have had a big one after Carlton went down last night, because he hasn't taken those sunglasses off all afternoon and the sun's barely been out. But we have to thank our technician for the afternoon, Darren McKenzie. Once again bailed on us, but Bruce Press always steps up to the plate and does a terrific job. A few little technical difficulties, but he just had the answers to them, and we were on it, ready to go. So thank you very much, Bruce. Look forward to seeing you throughout the season, and of course the number one wing man in the Eastern Football League, co-commentator extraordinaire, Dyson Baker. Always love calling with you, mate.
It's been a pleasure, and a fantastic game out here as we expected. Good work to Mooroolbark. This just makes it interesting, and right across it, look forward to going through it on Akira EFL Sunday tomorrow, and as always, they've been fantastic.
Thank you very much, Dyson Baker. It was great to have the extra headset working with us this week in the caravan. It will be with us for the rest of the year too. We forked out the cash for it, but Ben Waterworth, when he's around the grounds, there's no better person to give you the scores as you go local for your football. Thank you for your efforts today.
No worries, and just got a score through from the Glen Waverley Hawks. They won by 65 points over Churnside Park today, 13-9-87 the Hawks to the Panthers, 3-4-22. The Panthers did not score a goal in the second half.
That breaks a 10-game drought against Churnside Park. Glen Waverley Hawks finally getting one against Churnside Park.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
And of course we have to thank Annie French, also working on the Twitter sphere this afternoon. She arrives with Ben Waterworth and she leaves with Ben Waterworth, so you don't have to be a genius to do the math on that one. It's been a terrific afternoon out here at Heights Reserve. The final score out here today was Mooroolbark 9 goals, 11-65, 29-point winners over Montrose, 5-6-36. Mooroolbark moved to second spot on the ladder, 11 wins wins for the year. They'll be celebrating well into the night. They're all mates, the Montrose and the Mooroolbark Football Club. They're going to kick on tonight. They're going to kick on tomorrow and play some golf as well. So good on all the boys. We've had an absolute ball. It's time to go back to Peter MacArthur and Damien Watson doing a great job all afternoon in the Radio Eastern studios. We'll be back with EFL Sunday tomorrow and, of course, EFL The Huddle on Wednesday night. We're out of here.